Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is part 1 of What If Naruto was in Ray Zero. If you guys enjoy this what if, then comment, like and subscribe. Let's go. Also the video goal is 10 likes, so let me know that you're interested in the series and you want the next part. Then go ahead and check out the other what ifs in the channel. Before we start, please do support for more awesome content. Don't forget to subscribe and leave. Also share the video with your friends and link in the description. So let's go. Where the hell am I? Naruto shouted loudly in the street, stuck in the middle of the street with crowds. Not only did he just see the humans, but there were half-human and beast races. There were people that were riding on the looking ostrich. Naruto remembered he was walking in the forest to train himself, but when he blinked his eyes once, he suddenly appeared here like magic. Like a poof magic effect. He already confirmed this isn't genjutsu as he slapped himself on both cheeks. This new world he was in, it was some kind of fantasy world. Come to think of the creatures, he realized he had them inside him. Kurama, everyone, are you all here? Naruto asked in the mindscape, hoping they're here with him. Yes, we hear you. And stop yelling, we know that. Kurama yelled at him for being a loud person. He and the 8 Bijus are here with him. What the hell is going on? How did I get here? He said. We don't know, but I'm afraid nobody knows about your disappearance. Sasuke will find you with his Rinnegan ability while he's on his journey. Naruto nodded and agreed with him. Yes, his friend Sasuke can find him here by using the dimension jutsu with Rinnegan. Though, this is serious. Why is he here? He remembered he found someone dies in front of him. What is this feeling? Since when did I have them? He thought, getting to remember the part of memories he never had. But it was too blurry for him to see. Maybe someone summoned him here to protect someone from evil. Just relax and look around the city or capital. Sun set. Naruto nodded as he began to explore the capital he's in. He turned right where no one was so he could keep it quiet and think about the new world. He sat on the stairs and wondered why he's here. Pretty sure that his theory was correct. First, he needs to find someone who summoned him here. Hey buddy. If you don't want to get, pop up whatever you've got. Naruto heard a threatening voice as he looked it up and found 3 guys. 1 muscle guy and 2 short guys. What if I say no? He declined as he stood up and cracked his fists. Before the fight began, they heard the footsteps and drew their attention to the source of the sound. It was a young girl who had a small bust which was covered by a black cloth. She wore black pants within the area and down on her left leg. She had short blonde hair. Move in, you guys in my way. The runner girl yelled as she ran past them and jumped from building to building. After she left them, the 2 thugs turned around and refocused on Naruto. But, he suddenly appeared in midair, throwing a kick to the shorty guy in his face. The shinobi grabbed the muscle guy's fist who was going to punch him. He attacked him by punching in the guy's face, and now the 2 thugs are down. The last thug is the person with 2 daggers. He charged at Naruto, but instantly dodged the swinging. He grabbed his right arm and twisted it over a bit, forcing him to drop his dagger down. Naruto tossed him to the stairs, watching his face slammed on the hard stone. He kicked him right in his face to knock him out. What a strange world, Chome said. Yeah, it is a strange world. Naruto replied before he heard a girl's voice, sounding like she called him as he turned. And found a beautiful silver-haired girl. She had long silver hair and purple blue eyes. She wore a white and purple outfit along with a white flower pin in her hair. His eyes were tightened to look at her for a good minute. This girl looked so familiar. If his theory was correct, maybe she's the one who summoned him. You there? The silver-haired girl yelled, pointing her finger at the blonde man, who pointed his finger to himself in confusion. Me? He asked as the girl approached him so quickly. Looking at her face, she's not too friendly when she sees him. What do I do? Don't play a game with me. I know what you stole from me, She yelled at him angrily. Are you sure? This is a male, not female, the cute cat said as he flew up over the girl's shoulder. His fur is mostly gray with silver in certain spots. His eyebrows are pretty small and rhombus shaped. He also has a gold earring on his left ear. I don't sense any malice from him, but I had to admit you're pretty strong for taking those 3 guys. What a minute. Where did he come from? Naruto thought in surprise, looking at the kitty. You be quiet, huh? The silver-haired girl called the cat's name, still glaring at Naruto who looked so innocent. You know who stole my insignia plum, don't you? Naruto got confused as hell while blinking his eyes at her for seconds. Then, he realized it was that little girl who ran past him. Wait, you picked the wrong person. If you're looking for a thief, she ran here and left before you. He said, waving his hands to prove her he's innocent. You saw a thief. What does she look like? She asked. She has short blonde hair and wearing a cloth to cover her face. He answered, that's her. That's the thief who stole something from me. Hold on, it can't be. She realized she came here too late to catch the thief. She turned away from Naruto before she showed her frustration. Did I really just come around along? Naruto just stood there, watching her get frustrated who came too late before the thief ran away from here. Hey, I can help you to find her. You can count on me, he said with a smile. The silver-haired girl looked at him as her eyes rolled up to him. This person didn't seem to be special with no ability by looking at his appearance, but she noticed he took down the 3 thugs. I appreciate your offer, but I can do this on my own, she gasped as her body was scooped up in the arms by this blonde man. That means yes. He smirked as he started to jump from the building to building and went after the thief who stole something from this pretty girl. He heard her screaming when he jumped, so he guessed that she has never experienced this before. Man, he didn't know that could scare her because nobody ever gets scared of his speed. Finding her is so easy, he could sense her aura and track her down wherever she ran to. She shouldn't be too far away from here, so Naruto needed to go speed up, so he could catch. He did it with pure speed, even faster than his normal speed. Not so fast. The silver-haired girl screamed as her fists tightened his jacket. Shit. Maybe, Naruto should slow down his speed for her since she couldn't handle his speed, so he did what she didn't want. Though, she was cute when she got scared. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to scare you like that, he said as he slowed down his speed and he's in run mode. A kitty named Puck flew up and landed on Naruto's shoulder. You're one interesting human who can run like the others. May I ask your name? He asked. Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet you too. Naruto introduced. He knew the cat's name when the silver-haired girl said his name, but he didn't catch her name yet. What's your name? Satella. She responded. With a guilty face. Naruto looked at her and found a negative emotion from her. She lied to him, but he understood why she did that. So, Satella, why did she steal your insignia? He asked. I don't know why, but I need to get it back as soon as possible. Satella said as she looked at the capital on her right. She admitted it was a beautiful view of the sun. I see. I'm guessing insignia was meant to be like the guild, am I correct? He asked. Yes, it was something like that. If I don't get it back, I'll be in trouble for losing my insignia. She said, noticing this human can jump and run faster like that. This person, Naruto, wasn't like the knights or the others. He may have looked human with black and orange clothes, but somehow he wasn't just a normal human. Hang on, Satella. We're going to jump. What? Wait a minute, Naruto. Satella screamed as she tightened his jacket again before both of them jumped on the rooftop and landed into the markets with crowds. She finally got put down and can't stop her shaky legs after that. She glared at Naruto for jumping and running so fast she can't even handle his speed. This guy has a crazy mind. What? He asked with an innocent look on his face. Don't you ever do that again. By the way, why are we here? She wondered, but she saw his finger points at something. When she looked in that direction where he's pointing at, he saw the little girl crying in front of crowds. A girl. Yeah, we can't just leave the girl in the market. Satella blinked her eyes in surprise to see him care about the girl. I understand. After we help the girl, we'll go back to find my insignia. She said as she walked toward the girl and bent over at her level. I'm sorry, I'm not who you were looking for. So, what's the matter? Did you get lost? She comforted the little girl, but she started to cry and made her get shocked. Satella tried to come up with something before the little girl got uncomfortable. However, Naruto came in and showed her the 2 bells from his back pouch. He rang the bells, and her crying stopped as she looked at the bells. Wanna try it? Naruto asked with a lighthearted smile, watching the little girl grab the bells and shook them in several times to make noises. The noises changed her sad face into a happy face. Then, Naruto lifted her up and placed her on his shoulders. The little girl saw everything and felt taller than everyone. Wow, Oni-chan, I'm taller than everyone. She said. Yes, you're very tall. Taller than people. Satella blinked her eyes in amazement at how Naruto stopped the child's cry. At first, she thought he was a crazy person, but now he's a gentle person. A couple of minutes later, it wasn't too hard to stop the little girl's cry for being separated from her parents. The good news is Naruto and Satella are looking for her mother. The mother must have found out her daughter is lost and has gone looking for her. I see. You got separated from your mom. Naruto wondered, looking up at the little girl who nodded to him. Don't worry. Just leave it to me and this pretty girl here. Okay, the little girl said as she continued to play with bells. You're too nice with the child. I thought you were just a crazy person, Satella said with a smile. I'm a crazy person, but I have a good heart. Am I right? Naruto asked the little girl as she replied him a yes word. The silver-haired girl looked at them as they talked to each other. The little girl is so calm, happy, and no longer cries because Naruto cheered her up by giving her his bell ring. Seeing the little girl as being happy with him, it made her smile at them. She's right about you, Naruto. She said. Do I? Naruto wondered as he looked at the child and she smiled at him. Yes, you are. Satella smiled as she observed Naruto's clothes. His clothes are strange because she has never seen them before. He wore black-orange light sweater with black hood and black pants. There was a strange white metal line in the middle of his sweater. Noticing that he wore orange sweatbands when he lifted his arms up. He wore black headband with a metal protector on the forehead. You're not from here, am I correct? Satella asked. Naruto swallowed when she asked him. It would be going to be very hard to explain to her that he's not from here. Satella won't believe his story, so there was no way he could make her believe him. Plus, he can't tell her about 9 Bijus. I'm not from here. I lived in the villager from far away here, but I'm not allowed to tell anyone about my homeland location. Naruto lied. It's for protecting my homeland from outsiders. I came here because I wanted to pay a visit, but I had no idea where I am. You're in the kingdom of Lubunica. You must be a new traveler. Satella said. So, Naruto is in the kingdom of Lubunica. It isn't a village. This is the capital where humans and demi-humans live together. The dimension is different from his homeland. But, why is he here? This world has strong people who could be a hero that can save the world. I see, he said, while scratching on his back of the head with a hand. I had to admit, this kingdom is pretty and big. A lot of people live here. It's always big, mister. The little girl said. Oh really? Yes, it is. Hey, Naruto. Satella said. What is it? Naruto asked. About your jump and your speed. No human can do that. What are you? Seriously. Everyone can run like that. I'm a Shino, Naruto said before he saw a woman walking in front of them. She looked very stressed, and maybe she's looking for her lost child until now the little girl yelled. Mom, as the mother looked in straight. Naruto put the little girl down and she ran toward her mother for a hug. Looks like she found her mom. He said. Yes, I'm glad, Satella gasped as she got scooped again in Naruto's arms. No, Naruto. I don't like that. Naruto, yes. He smirked as he jumped up from the ground. You can open your eyes now, Satella. Naruto said, looking at the silver-haired girl who covered her face. She's still scared of his jumping and speed. Satella moved her hands and opened her eyes to see it. They're in some kind of old village with homeless people. She didn't know how she got here, but she realized they're outside of the capital. Are you sure this is the right place? She asked. Naruto nodded. He's sure this is the right place where the thief girl's hiding. Right now, this must be it. They walked together and searched her. Examining the place, it was awful for homeless people to live here, and even the children live here. The houses are completely torn and almost destroyed. Some of them are already destroyed. No food, no water, and no bed. The clothes that homeless people wear are torn up really bad. Some of them are sick, but nothing can be done to help them. Naruto had to watch out for them and stay close with Satella. Who knows, someone could attack them or mug them. Man, people living here are awful. He said. I know, Satella said, looking around the village, but she noticed their glares at her appearance. She started to feel uncomfortable with this. Satella, are you okay? You should stay close to me. Naruto said as he noticed the people were only glared at the silver-haired girl. That expression she had, was scared and uncomfortable of those people, but this felt very familiar. I'm okay. Thank you for concerning me. She said softly as she walked a little fast so she could catch up with Naruto. I can use magic. That's right. Almost forgot that she has magic. He thought as he sensed magic from Satella. Anyway, you can't use big magic here or else you'll hurt people. He's smart. I advise you to stay close to him because I'm almost out of time. Huck said, almost time. I see. You're a spirit animal with a time limit, am I correct? Naruto guessed. Yeah, this is very familiar to his summoning jutsu without a time limit. You're correct. I am a spirit. It takes a lot of mana just to appear in physical form. So at night, I return to the crystal I was summoned from and prepare for the emergence of the sun. On average, my ideal staying time is from about 9 to 5. We'll be fine without Puck. We have to move forward. She said. You're right, but sorry. I'm at my limit. Puck said as he jumped on top of the crystal on Satella's head. Don't do anything reckless. If it comes down to it, use the Odo to summon me again. Thank you and sorry for giving you hard work. It's okay. Take care of the rest of him, Naruto. Puck said before he disappeared into multiple green orbs and flew into the crystal. Naruto is very impressed by what animal spirit looked like when it went back home. Summoning animal spirits sounds pretty cool from his impression. Hey, Naruto, why did you help me? Satella asked curiously. Well, you said your insignia is important. Naruto stated as she looked at him carefully. The reason why I help you is because it's my job to help people and I love helping people. When people are lost or stolen, I will help them and save their lives from a dangerous situation. What if they don't trust me? I'll just have to make them believe and tell them that I won't give up until the work is finished. I will tell them I never go back on my word. Satella was shocked. It barely hit her heart and had an emotional feeling from him. She was so sure that he's telling the truth, unlike the other people who lied and tricked her. At first, she thought he was a bad person, but it is so rare to see him being so kind to her. By the way, Satella realized she's talking with him, a human, which is something he didn't know about her. Naruto is actually a good human with a pure heart and one of rarest humans she ever met. It was because she never had an experience with good people in her life. Emilia. Naruto looked at Satella. Satella isn't my real name. My real name is Emilia. Just Emilia. Emilia said, releasing a pretty smile at him. Emilia, I like your name because it sounds pretty database. He said with a dazzled smile, causing the silver-haired girl to blush. But then, his expression changed when he sensed the aura. Emilia, we found her. Emilia looked straight and found an old house. Not a house, but this is some kind of a bar. Naruto and Emilia looked at each other, nodding to each other before they began to walk toward the bar. Emilia stayed behind his back and decided to go along with his advice because her magic is too powerful. However, she is still gonna use it when it'll be real trouble. I'll knock on the door. You stay behind me, Naruto said as Emilia nodded before he walked toward the door and knocked on the door several times. He sensed two auras in the bar, so that means the thief girl wasn't alone. Hello. Is anyone in there? The door was open for him, but he spotted a bulky figure with old age. His height is pretty big. The old man has white strands of hair lining his eyebrows and bald. He wore a sleeveless vest and possessed a crimson symbol across the side of his left head. To Naruto's surprised expression, he didn't know that the old man's height was taller than him. Judging his presence, he looked pretty strong and muscular and could hit anyone with one punch. Can you let us in? Naruto asked, as the old man nodded without a word and let them get into the bar. When they entered the bar, they finally found a thief who stole insignia from Emilia. Her cloak is no longer with her and it revealed her appearance. She's a short girl with fair skin and medium-length golden hair with a black bow and red eyes. She wore a black top, red scarf, and black pants that are incomplete on the left side, where she also wears a red ribbon. She also wore a vest, gloves, brown shoes, and has a belt with a sheath of a combat knife. Ron, why did you let them in? The girl yelled at the old man's name. They're our customers, Felt. Ron called the girl's name. Felt clenched her teeth when she saw the silver-haired girl. You never quit, do you? I'm telling you, just give up already. And, you. She said as her gaze left Amelia for Naruto. I never thought you would help her to find me here. Look, kid. You stole something from her, so give her back. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Naruto said before he felt cold and saw the white sparkles above Amelia's head in the air. Then, the sparkles gathered into the ice crystal and were sharp. I have only one demand. Return my insignia. It's very important to me. Amelia demanded, posing her arm out for preparing to shoot. If she were just another magic user, I wouldn't back down, but this one's trouble. Rom said, what's with you, old man Rom? Admitting defeat before we even fight. Felt asked. That had Naruto surprised. This is what magic in the fantasy world looks like. It is pretty amazing she can use ice magic because not many ninjas could use ice jutsu in his world. Well, Haku can use ice and is the only person who can use it. Young lady, you're an elf, ain't ya? Rom asked as Naruto turned to him and heard him calling Amelia an elf. Not exactly. Amelia struggled to say that word in front of Naruto as she looked at him. Her face was worried, but she had no choice to reveal her secret. I'm a half-elf. Naruto noticed her face have a worried expression when she revealed she's a half-elf. Why is she afraid of that? That question would have to wait, and they're here to get Amelia's insignia back. Wait a minute, he noticed Felt has insignia and wasn't even worth anything. Then, Felt, why did you steal insignia from her? It's just a badge and that item isn't worth it. He said. If he's correct about this, there could be possible reasons why she steals it from Amelia. Amelia had never thought to ask the question when the blonde asked. She wasn't sure, but this started to get the sound sense. Naruto, why did you ask that question? She asked. Because, Naruto gasped as he grabbed her waist and pulled her toward him, unsheathing his kunai to deflect a looking carved blade from stabbing her back. That sneak attack almost killed her, but lucky for her that he's here with her. Amelia was shocked when he saved her life from the attack. She didn't feel anything or sense the enemy's mana. Fortunately, Naruto saved her life. Oh my tilde, I missed my chance because of this handsome boy. But, I'm impressed you know I was coming and blocked my attack. The woman grinned as the door shut behind her. She has long black hair tied into one tail on the left side along with eyes that droop, giving her a gentle aura. She wears a black dress and wields curved black daggers from the northern lands. I knew you were coming here. Who are you? Naruto asked. I am Elsa Granhired. For those two people, it is I who hired them to steal insignia and lead the half-elf here. The woman introduced herself as she looked at Amelia. Looking at her cold eyes stares at Amelia, she's going to kill her and everyone in here since they saw everything. Elsa is a dangerous assassin and seemed to aim for everyone's life. Felt and Ron have nothing to do with this, they didn't know she was going to kill Amelia. Amelia was prepared with her ice magic for Elsa, but she wasn't too sure if she could beat her. Without Puck's help, they wouldn't have beaten her because Puck is strong enough to face her. But, she saw Naruto walk in front of her, seeing his smile at her means he's going to protect her life from Elsa. I won't let you do that, Elsa. Naruto said, turning to see Amelia who had a worry on her face. Don't worry, Amelia, I'll protect you with my life. I won't allow my friends to die. Trust me, Naruto, Amelia said softly as she looked at his smile. Those words he just said. Matilda, a brave hero, is willing to protect half-elf with his life for me. Elsa said as she licked it with a tongue. That woman isn't human. Do not let your guard down. Kurama Lord. Naruto nodded as he began to move on the fighting stance and saw Elsa charge at him. He blocked the blade of a dagger with his kunai, not letting her kill Amelia as he pushed her away from his battle. As Amelia is away, the shinobi grabbed Elsa's arm and threw her into the stairs. He then charged Elsa and began to jump into the air, preparing to finish her. Just before he almost stabbed it into her chest, the assassin rolled over her body to the right and evaded his attack. When she saw his kunai thrust on the floor, she went by slashing her dagger on his side of the stomach. Naruto rolled his eyes to the left and saw her aiming for his side of the body. He quickly took out shurikens and threw at her to make her dodge. She dodged it, but she started to climb on the wall like a spider and delivered a dive attack. Sadly for her, he is far from that. His eyes are still sharp and planned to dodge, but Ice Spike stopped her for him. The shooter is revealed to be Amelia, who shot ice magic at Elsa. Thank you, Emilia. Nice cover. Naruto spoke in English accent as he continued to fight Elsa. Emilia aimed at Elsa and tried to shoot her, but she's afraid she will shoot at Naruto. They're moving too fast and hard for her to aim at Elsa unless she can use the trump card. No, Emilia can't do that because there's a chance she'll kill both of them. All she can do is to stop her attack. Naruto and Elsa clashed with their weapon as both of them jumped away from each other. Your fighting is amazing. You aren't bad for a human, Whisker Tilda, she said as she struck the Whisker Man with her dagger. Her blade aimed at his head, but he swung his left arm to block her attack. Naruto delivered a powerful open-handed strike on her stomach, causing her cough blood. The power of an open-handed strike pushed her with force and crashed into the counter. Give up, Elsa. You can't beat me, he said as he watched her get up from a counter. He went in his fighting stance, but he heard her giggle. You are an amazing fighter. It is wonderful, wonderful, she said as she took out another dagger from her back of the waist. Then, she charged toward the blonde man with dual daggers. You entertain me, please. Naruto dodged one of the short daggers and blocked the other one with his kunai, but he saw one dagger slice the table in half instantly. This dagger must be very sharp and can slice a tree into two. He stopped the sharp blade by grabbing her right arm. His kunai blocked the other dagger that was reaching for his side. At that moment, he saw the ice spikes fly toward Elsa as she dodged them by staying away from him. His eyes saw Emilia who shot the ice spikes for him to help him. Now, Naruto charged towards Elsa, deflecting her weapons when she attacked and kicked on her side of the body. Naruto had his chance to use his signature move. He crossed his fingers to create clones too. Assist him for his signature move. The clones kicked Elsa up into the air, each yelling, Uzumaki, as they did. While she is airborne, Naruto himself jumped on the clones back up into the air and performed a spinning heel drop, sending her back towards the ground. Naruto rendered. He yelled as he finished his signature move and landed on the ground. Delivering one final kick on her head, it should damage her brain and won't be able to get up. She's gone for good. The dagger dropped on the ground next to his foot after she got slammed into the ground. Is it over? Emilia wondered as she started to approach him, but she stopped when she saw his stop sign. By the way, she was shocked at Naruto's fighting skills and he can create clones. She saw they made a teamwork attack. Naruto stared at the destroyed hole where Elsa landed. His eyes are serious because he still sensed her aura. His signature move shouldn't have destroyed her brain and called it a game over, but somehow she survived from his teamwork attack. At that moment, he felt like Elsa was behind him. Behind you. Emilia warned him that Elsa was behind him. She raised her arms and shot ice spikes at the woman's face before killing Naruto from behind, but her blade blocked the ice spikes. However, Naruto's clone kicked Elsa on her side and forced her to stay away from real Naruto. The assassin forgot he still has clones with him. She wiped out her blood in her mouth and forehead after she got hit. Luckily, she ain't human or else she wouldn't have died. That whiskered boy isn't a human, and he's well trained, he's far stronger than her. There was no way she could beat him, but her speed can as she looked at Emilia with a death stare. Elsa began to chase her target and ditched Naruto behind, raising her sharp dagger at her. But suddenly, Naruto already appeared in front of her. That's impossible. He was left behind after she ditched him with her fast speed. She swore she almost killed Emilia, but he was right in front of her. Looking at his azure eyes, they're filled with danger and anger. The blonde ninja slashed right over her body with his kunai, but the dark blade cut his left cheek. His two clones delivered a kick at her face together. Naruto formed a Rasengan in his free hand as he jumped from the clone's back. He dove down and thrust his Rasengan into her gut where her wound is. Emilia watched as the ball of blue mana twisted the woman's gut. The light and wind came out from it. The three clones came in front of her and shielded her before a blast hit them. The whole house got destroyed from the blue explosive and blast. Emilia stopped shielding herself as she looked over the three clones to see what happened. Everything is destroyed. The whole house is destroyed. She saw Naruto's head from the bottom hole as she ran toward him to check if he's alright. Naruto. She asked as she turned to where he's looking and found Elsa's body there. She's dead. What is she? Naruto wondered. I think it was her divine protection which allows her to regenerate wounds. Naruto looked at Emilia who figured this woman had regeneration ability. That explains how she comes back and is still alive from his signature move. At least, she's dead because he used Rasengan to destroy her. The first battle is over. He turned around to look at Emilia, who was worried. She didn't have any injuries from the assassin's attack, so that's good. Are you okay, Emilia? I'm fine, but you're hurt. Emilia said as she looked at the cut on his left cheek from Elsa's dagger. Let me heal you. Naruto grabbed her hand from reaching the cut wound on his left cheek as he shook his head. I'm okay, Emilia. I have a healing factor. He smiled as his left cheek healed when he wiped the blood. Ouch, it's a very nice offer from Emilia's help who wanted to heal his wound. She is a sweet girl. Okay, Naruto. Emilia said as she put her arm down and looked at his left cheek. It got healed after he wiped out the blood. She was surprised to see that. No humans have that healing ability with them because only demi-human or magic that can heal themselves. However, no need to ask him that. Naruto helped her to find insignia and he saved her life from Elsa. His words are true because he protected her with his life. Thank you for saving me. She said. You're welcome. Naruto said before he saw those people again. It's Felton wrong. They came back and brought a man with a white uniform. He's a tall and young man with flaming red hair and blue eyes. He wore some kind of royal guard uniform with white colors. Reinhardt. Emilia called the man's name as Naruto looked at her. You know him? He asked. Yes, he's Sword Saint and a member of the Royal Guard. She answered. I found Felton wrong. They explained to me what happened, so they showed me here. Reinhardt said as he looked at the messy house or destroyed house. But, it seems like someone took care of the problem here. Who is it? That'll be me. Naruto said as he noticed the red-haired man looked at him. There was a woman named Elsa and attempting to murder Emilia. She's dead, but just found out she's a vampire. Any clues why? I don't know, but she was the Bell Hunter. It was derived from her unique killing style. You can say that she works for the assassin organization. Reinhardt said as he looked at Emilia. Emilia-sama, are you hurt? I'm fine. I wanted to thank Naruto for saving me. She said as the blonde man smiled and waved his hand to greet. Seeing him do that, it made her giggle at him. Naruto, thank you for protecting Emilia-sama. By the way, I'm very impressed that you're unhurt because Elsa is a well-trained assassin. What country are you from? Reinhardt asked. Naruto started to get nervous about his question because he's not from here. There was no way he can tell them that he's from another world because nobody believes his story. Well, I'm from a different country and it's a secret village, so I'm not allowed to tell you about my homeland in order to keep it safe. I see. He accepted, but he still had a feeling that he didn't tell them. Lady Emilia, what's your relation to him? Emilia didn't know how to say if Naruto is a friend to her or not. She just met him today, so pretty sure he's gonna say no after she revealed that she's a half-elf. We're friends. The half-elf was shocked when he said they were friends as she looked at him. Did you say we're friends? She asked. She hadn't many friends throughout her life because she's a half-elf. No one ever accepts her friend, but this blonde human said they're friends. Of course, I'd love for us to be friends, TT Abeo. Naruto said with a smile. Be that I'm a half-elf, are you sure? Emilia gasped as her hands were grabbed by Naruto's hands. You might be half-elf to everyone, but to me, you're a beautiful girl with a good heart and soul. You saved my life from Elsa and helped the child back in the market. I like people like you. Naruto smiled. The half-elf's eyes widened with shock when he told her that. He didn't seem to be afraid of her appearance. Thank you, Naruto. She said as her smile grew wider. You know you destroyed my bar. Ram said, sounding a little aggressive as his arms are crossed. So sorry about your bar, Ram. I had to end Elsa in her place to save Emilia's life. Naruto said, looking at Elsa's ashes in the hole in the bar. This whole bar is completely destroyed because his Rasengan is quite powerful to destroy a small house. Come to think of it, you destroyed the whole bar with magic orb before I got here. I'm impressed. Reinhardt said as he checked the damages Naruto caused. Yeah, everything is gone. Looking at the new guy with spiky hair, he didn't seem to be a knight or not around here. Reinhardt learned his name is Naruto Uzumaki that defeated the Bell Hunter, Elsa Granhired, which is what she called. It appeared that she's former of the assassin organization and has an order to kill Emilia. Comparing her to Naruto, he was more like an assassin, but he called himself a shinobi, which makes sense with the kunai he had. So, what's next? What about those two? Naruto meant Ram and Felt who lived here. Don't worry about them. I know what to do with them. Reinhard said. What about you, Naruto? You told me you're a new traveler. I don't know because I don't have money with me to rent the hotel. He said with a bit smile like it was nothing. The truth is he didn't have that kind of money in this fantasy world. Naruto, you can come to my house and live with me. Emilia said with a light-hearted smile, causing the blonde to turn to her with a surprised expression on his face. You've been very helpful to me and you deserve a reward. So, you can come to live with my house. Really? Yes, Naruto. Thank you, Emilia. Naruto, wake up. We're going to my home. Naruto was awakened by the girl's voice when his eyes were opened and turned over to see the silver-haired girl who woke him up. Wow, Emilia's up earlier than him because he usually sleeps until 10 or 11 in the morning. But just now, he remembered they had to go home and she wanted him to live with her. Good morning, Emilia. He yawned while stretching his arms up. He needs to be ready before heading to Emilia's home. Morning, Naruto. How was your sleep? She asked. Much better. He broke a smile as he got off of bed and went to the chair where he placed his jacket. His weapon tool is on the desk so he packed it with him, but he's missing something. Then, a finger tapped on his shoulder and he turned around to see Emilia who held the metal headband in her hands for him. Looking for this? Emilia asked gently with a smile. Thank you, Emilia. He replied as he grabbed his headband and wrapped it around his forehead. He was starting to do something, but he noticed Emilia gazed at his headband. That headband seems to be important to you, she said as she stared at the strange curving symbol on the metal. What is that symbol? It means leaf. It represented my village. It mainly meant that two clans had a friendship. So, it was indicated to be the symbol of friendship. Oh, she understood as she nodded. Then, it must be special for you. It's special to me because my teacher gave me his own headband at graduation. He comforted me not to give up my life and my dream, so he gifted me after I saved his life. He wanted me to become a great man to make everything peaceful. He smiled. He never forgets that kind Sensei Iruka comforted him and gave him his own headband. Your teacher must be a great person. I'm sure he'll be watching you. Emilia smiled at his story. It was a sweet story between Naruto and his teacher. Naruto nodded while staring at his headband. He was wondering how things are going in his world. For sure that everyone is looking for him. They don't have the portal jutsu, but Sasuke doesn't the only one who can use it. It'll take him a while to find him because this world is new and it will be hard for him to find it. The new world wasn't too bad at all. Everything is fine, but it's just like he needs to get used to it. Naruto. Emilia asked softly as Naruto snapped out from his thoughts and turned to look at her. You seemed a little distant, were you? Okay. The blonde man stared at the silver-haired girl until he realized she was worried about him. Emilia is very careful and sweet. I'm fine, Emilia. Don't worry. I'm just trying to figure things out, Titi Abayo. He assured her. Good. She smiled. Naruto, breakfast is ready downstairs. Naruto nodded as he and Emilia went out of the room. They walked downstairs and found the breakfast on the table. Emilia was the one who sat down first before him, but she looked at him and saw him doing a prayer. Itadakimasu. Naruto prayed as he began to eat, but he noticed Emilia looking at him. What's up, Itadakimasu? What does that mean? Emilia asked. It means thanks for the food. It's a kinda religious thing in my homeland. Naruto said, but was surprised that she doesn't know about that. Maybe, this world is fantasy without knowing about his language. You should say it, too. You want me to say that? She asked. Yeah, it's for respecting people who cook the food for you. Oh okay, Emilia said as she did a prayer like what he did. Itadakimasu. There you go. Now, we eat the breakfast Titi Abayo. Remember, before you eat, you always say that word. Naruto said. Emilia nodded as she started to eat breakfast. Well, she learned a new word from him. Man, this road is very long and far away from the capital. The road took some hours to get to Emilia's house. Naruto didn't know her house had a long road for them to travel. Where are we? He asked as he sat next to Amelia in the carriage while the driver was riding the horses. We're almost there. We passed by the village until you will see my house, she said before Puck flew out from her crystal necklace, and he looked at them. Puck met the human boy again and heard what happened from last night. Leah told me what happened last night. Thank you for saving her life. If you hadn't been there with her, she wouldn't have been dead right now. I'm glad you were there with her and saved her, he said. It's no problem. I'm just glad I'm here with her, Naruto said. I'm sorry that I didn't do much to help you, Naruto-sama, Amelia said as her hands clenched for not helping Naruto. She felt so useless. Don't worry about it, Amelia. You've already saved me twice. Why wouldn't I repay the favor? Naruto asked. No, Naruto-sama. I wasn't. Just call me Naruto. I can see it in your eyes. Don't be hard on yourself. You are strong, he said. Amelia had never been on a first-name base with anyone because she always says that to everyone with respect. It was rare that Naruto told her not to use that word, calling him with Sama. He even became her first friend without asking him, and she's a half-elf. She never had been friends with humans because they hated her. However, seeing Naruto here with her, he didn't seem to be afraid of her appearance and wouldn't care if she reveals herself as a half-elf. He's a strange one, but good-hearted. It's very nice he encouraged her not to feel bad on herself when she looked down. Naruto is a sweet talk and a good soul. Thank you, Naruto. You're very kind. Amelia noticed her spirit creature likes to be around with Naruto. He's usually very cautious to humans and demi-humans for her safety, but also part of the rare moment to see him like that. So, why did you call her Leah? Naruto wondered. Because I created a nickname for her, Puck said, flying toward him and landing on his hand to relax. This feeling is surprisingly nice, warm, and comfortable for him to rest. He looked at Naruto's eyes to check it, but suddenly got chilled down his spine in seconds. What is this feeling from him? Those eyes of his have experienced death and war, but there are more than that. It's almost like he has fought the war before. Naruto's mana is strong, very strong. Puck won't lie about his presence. He's a very strong human with large mana in him, but something off about him. It was another one, but more. The manas are quite larger and powerful than his mana. What is he? Where did he come from? Puck, Naruto asked. Puck snapped out and delivered a smile to him. Sorry. I was just thinking of things, he said. Naruto sounded so unsurely, starting to purr underneath Puck's chin with his fingers. Seriously, his fur is hella soft. Judging his cute appearance, he's pretty strong and stronger than Kiba's pet, Akamaru. Hey, Naruto. Puck whispered to him in his ear as he looked at him. Can you do me a favor? Sure, what is it? Well, actually, Leah is 115 years old. She knows everything, but Puck looked at Amelia and back to Naruto. Can you teach her something? She's getting very interested in your words and what you say. Then, Naruto was frozen when he learned Amelia's age was 115 years old. He blinked his eyes at her age and she looked the same age as his age, but no, she's far older than him. Why yeah, he wondered, sounding like he doesn't know how to respond. Wow, he didn't know Amelia's age would be old and also want new words from him. It was the same thing as his homeland, but she doesn't know anything, according to what Puck told him. Yep, it's a promise for him that he'll teach her how to say it like him. What are you guys whispering about? Amelia asked curiously. Nothing, Leah. Yeah, it was nothing. We just talk about friends TT Abayo. Both of them gave Amelia their thumb up at the same time like nothing happened. However, the silver-haired girl showed her cute pout at them for not telling her. It's not fair how those two kept the secret from her and not telling her. She wanted to know what they're whispering about. She's suspicious of us. Puck whispered. Don't worry about her. I'm a shinobi. As long as we can keep it quiet, Amelia won't ouch. Naruto screamed in pain, getting his ear pinched by Amelia's hand and also grabbing Puck's ear. Don't try to hide from me, you two. If you keep this up, I'll get mad. She warned with anger. Ow. You are mad. Naruto and Puck spoke at the same time as Amelia let go of their ears. Naruto and Puck were stroking their ears after she released them. Damn, that's hurt, really hurt. She pinched them really hard. She's maybe a beautiful girl, but she has a motherly personality and they don't want to mess with her. We're here, Puck said as Naruto walked out to see outside. This place was huge. A massive garden with fountains and walking paths took up the large area. Damn, they got everything. Mostly for the two-gas house. Naruto didn't know how to describe the mansion. It is pretty big. He wished he could have a house like that because he only lives in his apartment. Whoever owns this place was ridiculous. When he got off the carriage, he followed Amelia to the mansion while he's exploring the place. Amelia, you own this place? He asked. Oh no, it was Rosewall-san who owns this mansion. Amelia said. He seemed very shocked. Puck said as he sat on Naruto's shoulder. Yeah, I am. I don't know what to say, but this is amazing. Is he living by himself? No, he's not. We have 3 people live in the mansion. Amelia said. Naruto nodded as they entered the mansion and he looked very shocked. Inside of the mansion, the room is hella big. The details are so nice. The pictures are all over the walls and the other stuff. Speaking of which, the blonde man didn't see anyone live here. Yeah, he knows that Puck told him the owner isn't alone in the mansion. Still, where's everybody? It's so quiet in here. He thought, there'll be more people. Welcome home, Amelia Sama. The blonde man heard 2 persons who called Amelia's name as he turned around to look who it was. He saw 2 girls with maid dresses. They all wore the same dresses, but something different about them. The girl on the left has medium-length light pink hair that covers her left eye, and darkish pink eyes. She also has hair clips towards the right side of her hair. The other girl on the right has medium-length sky blue hair that covers her right eye and light blue eyes. Her appearance looks the same as the girl with pink hair. Both of them are twin sisters, but their eyes and hairs are different. The girl has pink eyes and pink hair. The second girl has blue eyes and blue hair. Hello, Rem and Ram. Where's Rosewall? Amelia asked. He has an important meeting today, but he'll be back soon. The girl with blue hair said as she noticed Amelia brought a stranger with her in the mansion. Amelia Sama, who is this new guest? His name is Naruto Uzumaki. He saved my life from the attack. He doesn't have a home, so he'll be living here with us. The silver-haired girl said. Naruto saw the 2 maids bowing to him respectfully as he's the new guest of the mansion. He sensed their auras, and they're not the humans. Mostly, he caught the stronger one which belonged to the maid with blue hair. Strange, something is fishy about her and her sister. He gave them an awkwardly waving hand gesture. Hi, it's nice to meet you too. He greeted. Welcome to your new home, Uzumaki-san. I'm Rem. The girl with blue hair introduced herself as she pointed at the girl with pink hair. This is my sister, Ren. It's nice to meet you, Uzumaki-san. The girl with pink hair said. You can call me Naruto. Just Naruto. He smiled as he gave a wave hand to them. He didn't mean to be a little rude to them, but he didn't like to be calling his last name and word, San. Very well then, we shall call you Naruto. Ran said. That's better. Naruto said as he looked around the whole place while walking. Damn, 2 maidens in the mansion. He thought there'll be more of them and Puck is a pity. So, he met 2 maidens Rem and Ram, but there's one more person that he wants to meet. He always wants to meet anyone, so he'll get to know of them. That was his thing because he wanted to make friends. But, he wouldn't dare to make friends with them. This is a fantasy world and people have magic. They wouldn't like to trust strangers. Naruto has 9 bijus inside him and wouldn't like to tell them about that. Afraid that they'll think of him as a demon or demi-demon whatever they call. Maybe they'll attack him because of that. He and 9 bijus have already decided not to tell them about their secret. Not where he's from, not the kind of powers he has. Everything needs to be sealed and secret no matter until he can trust them. Yes, of course he'll find a way to get back to his world. If not, he'll have to wait for his friend to find him here. Hey, Naruto. Amelia said as Naruto looked at her. I'm going to my room and change my clothes. Rem and Ram will find you a room and help you around here. Thank you, Amelia. He smiled. So, tell me, are you the only ones who live here? Naruto asked as he followed 2 maidens in the hallway. Yes, we are the only ones who live here. Ram said. We don't have a lot of guests who live here. You're our first guest who is going to live here with us. Rem said. I see. Naruto said as he looked away and explored around the mansion. Damn, This place is huge and has a lot of stuff. He doesn't like saying that to them, but this mansion is really hard working for two maidens. Those two must have been working very hard for the owner. Honestly, they need to hire more maids. To help the two girls. There was another option that he can help them with their work by using the clones to clean the whole mansion. Pretty good idea to use that. He could wait until the owner comes back from his business. You two worked very hard for this. He said. Thank you for concerning us, but we do that every day. Rem said. Don't you need more maidens? I mean it's just two of you. Rem and I are the only ones that can do it together. You don't have to be worried. Ram said. The blonde man nodded, but still, they need to hire more maids to help them. I understand, he said before he stopped when he sensed the aura on his left. The girls stopped when they saw Naruto stopped. Something strange about this door, but it looks like he's going to have to find out. He reached for the door and opened before entering the room. His expression is amazed when he found the library. This mansion has a library. The books are everywhere on the bookshelves. This room is very clean and quiet because he sensed a one-person's aura in here. I'm impressed you found my room, Kashira. Naruto heard a girl's voice, but her voice is high-pitched like a child. He looked it down and found a little cute girl sitting on her chair and reading the book. She has long cream-colored hair that she has tied in two twin drills along with blue eyes that have a butterfly pattern at the center. She wore a frilled dress with pink ribbons, tights, and shoes. A tiny crown lace latched upon the rear right side of her hair, with a butterfly-shaped ribbon joining her cape at her sternum. What? He's confused, blinking his eyes to see this little girl. That can't be her, the owner of the mansion, because the owner likes to read in the library. Oh yes, Naruto-kun. This is Beatrice Sama. Ram introduced him to her as she looked at the girl. Beatrice Sama, this is Naruto-kun. You'll be living with us. May I ask why Kashira? She asked if she showed bad manners to Naruto. Because it was Emilia Sama's request. Rem answered as she looked at Naruto, who had a confused look on his face. You seem confused, Naruto-kun. Yeah, I am, he said. Oh, this is Beatrice's door crossing. A magic that can connect any door in the mansion to her room. Rem said. Incredible, Naruto thought as he sensed her aura. That girl isn't just a child. She has magic like Emilia. HN. Beatrice grunted as she closed the book and put it on the table. Since Naruto's in the library, he wanted to explore for a minute. Lots of books on the shelf and so organized. This is already more impressive than the library building in his world. Having a library in the mansion or in his old apartment like Beatrice's room, it'll be very cool. However, this isn't just a room. He doesn't have a seeing ability, but he can feel this room isn't a room. This magic is from that little girl. He won't lie about this, but her magic is very cool that she can connect any door in the mansion to her room. This is an amazing library. I can't believe you used magic to connect any door in this mansion to your room. Naruto said. Come of thinking this, I really like your magic, TT Abayo. You are a clever human for finding my library. She said as she got off the chair and walked toward the blonde man to greet. Yes, like the two maidens said. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, it's nice to meet you. Naruto said as he gave a hand gesture to shake her hand, but she doesn't look like she's going to shake his hand. Beatrice placed her hand on his stomach. Don't move. She warned as she started to use a magic on him. Naruto looked in confusion, but he nodded and did what she told him to do. His eyes widened in shock when he felt his chakras draining out. It was that little girl who drained his chakra to her. She can transfer magic. However, his body doesn't feel tired from her. Beatrice didn't drain too much chakra from really draining, but she collected his chakra from his body. This isn't bad because he can't feel pain from draining. She is really good at chakra mana transfer. No mistake, but she's really good at it. Ellipsis. 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 What a minute. If Beatrice is collecting his chakra without realizing that he has 9 beaches, which means she's going to take, oh shit. It's too late to warn her when she suddenly fell with a painful scream. Naruto rushed and grabbed her waist before slamming on the ground from the heat blast. Rem and Ram are shocked when they see Beatrice fell for transferring his mana. Naruto had to check on her hand after his mana hurt her. This is bad because her hand is burned with a smoke. The one mana she transferred is Kurama's chakra. He didn't know that could hurt her. Damn it, Kurama, he thought. It's her fault for trying to steal my chakra without asking. Remember, Naruto, we are linked together, Kurama said. Kurama is right because him and Naruto are linked together. Their bonds are too strong. Rem and Ram were worried about Beatrice when they saw this. They rushed toward her, but she stopped them with an open hand. Shit, are you okay? Were you trying to steal my energy? Naruto asked as he took a water bottle from his pouch and poured on her burned hand to cool it down. Then, he took a bandage wrap and wrapped around her injured hand. I'm okay, Kashira, Beatrice said as she watched him, wrapping her hand with a bandage wrap. This boy is dangerous. No mana, especially from a human, should harm her in such a way. I'm very sorry for hurting you, but stealing someone's energy is a bad idea. Sometimes the unique energy can fight back, Naruto said as he finished wrapping Beatrice's hand. Damn, he didn't know she would collect Kurama's chakra because it's too powerful and dangerous for her. Anyway, that was a close one. If she collected his chakra even more, her body wouldn't have burned by the red chakra. Luckily, she didn't. So I take it you are not human, Kashira. Beatrice said. I'm human alright, but not just a human. I'm the shinobi, he said as he stood up and lifted the little girl up to stand on her feet. Beatrice looked at her hand for a moment before hiding it behind her back and turning away from him. Thank you, Kashira. It was my fault, so I shouldn't have warned you before that, he said with a smile before he got launched from the room by the little girl with a powerful magic. Then, the door slammed right in his face. When Beatrice closed the door, she looked at her bandaged hand once more from the human. It was nice of that human to bandage her hand, she supposed. This will be your room, Naruto-kun, Ram said as she and her sister showed him where his room is. It was just a normal bedroom, but at least it looks better than his old. But, he felt uncomfortable from those maidens. They saw what happened between him and Beatrice because his chakra hurt her when she tried to drain his chakra. Well damn, he didn't really mean to hurt her that bad. Is there anything we can do? Rem asked. Naruto explored for a bit and turned around to look at them. No, that's it. Thank you for showing me, he said as the two maidens bowed and they left him from the room. Well, at least they didn't ask him a question about his mana. He's lucky that Beatrice forgiven him already. Those two sisters are very close. They must have worked together every day. So, he met everybody except the owner of the mansion because he had a meeting. That can wait until he returns. He took out his jacket and his weapons on the desk. Then, he sat down on the chair and relaxed for a bit. What do you think, guys? He thought. Just stay here and enjoy it, Sun said. The two maidens are highly alerted of you after Kurama's chakra blasted Beatrice away. You need to be careful of them, Matabi said. Naruto nodded to Matabi and went along with her. The two girls aren't maidens, but they know how to fight. As he's getting up now, he heard a knocking on the door caught his attention. Who could it be? He wondered as he went to the door and opened it. He found Emilia standing in front of his new room with a pink outfit. I finished changing my clothes. I hope they're not doing anything bad to you, Naruto, Emilia said. It's alright. I understand their reasons, he said. Again, she wore a pink outfit and almost looked the same as her other outfit, but this one is pink and her sleeves are much slender. Naruto had admitted about her appearance. She looked beautiful. Naruto, Emilia wondered. Oh, my bad, my bad, the blonde man said with a blush as he turned away from her. Anyways, Emilia, I know everything about the mansion, so I was going outside in the garden. Wanna come? Sure. Wow, this is amazing. Naruto amazed as he looked around the place in the yard. It's big and long. This is a good place for him to train here in this. Yes, it is beautiful. Emilia agreed as she walked on his side and looked at him. When the sunlight spotted his face, he looked so different. Then, she had a question on her face when Naruto walked ahead of her and moved unusual movements by stretching his legs and his arms out. She goes by observing him like she has never seen that movement before. Those are unusual movements. What are you doing? She asked. Warm up exercise. You know, gotta warm up before doing exercise or training. Everybody does that, Naruto said. You have not seen this before. No, I don't think so. She answered as she sat on the ground and watched him do what he does. At that moment, she was surprised when Naruto summoned a clone. They looked the same with clothes and body. That's the clone he summoned to fight Elsa and save her life from her. Hey, Naruto. What's up? I saw what you did from yesterday. Was that a clone? I'm surprised you know that. Yeah, that's a clone. Naruto answered as he and his clone did a fist pump. It's called Cage Bunshin. The clone said. Cage Bunshin. She has never heard those words before. That can't be an elf's language because no one ever summons the clones. Wow. So, that's a clone. Puck amazed as he flew around them and looked at their appearance. That's interesting. Pretty cool. The clone said. Yeah, it was. He nodded as he used his paw to touch the clone's face. It felt real from him. Are you real? I'm over here. The real Naruto said as he stood behind Puck and the pet turned around to see him. Yeah, he does look real to me. Of course, you wanna ask that question. Yes, he had the same movements like mine. I always use clones to use combination attacks by working together. I see. Puck said. So, this is like a teamwork attack. Same movement and same appearance. That's pretty good for Naruto and the clones to do the teamwork. Oh, the clone said as he poked his finger Puck on the side of the stomach. Ninja poke. Oh, you wanna fight? Take this, punch back. He said as he punched the clone's face, but he took another hit from real Naruto. Hey, that's not fair. Amelia watched them playing with each other so childish. Then, she started to laugh at them and three guys stared at her. Oh, gosh, sorry, I can't. What are you two doing? I'm dying, she laughed. Hearing her laugh, it was pretty cute from Naruto's thought. Thanks for your training, Master Puck. Naruto and the clone said together with a bow. You have completed my training. I'm proud of you, my students. Puck said with a deep voice. Please stop. You're both too funny. Amelia stopped laughing as she turned to look at the clone before the clone dismissed himself into white poop and disappeared. What? Oh, so your clone can die itself or dismiss itself. Puck said. That's correct, Puck TPE there. He said. Naruto, why do you always say that word? Amelia wondered. It's a catchphrase. It's my favorite word. Well actually, my mother always said that word. Naruto said with a smile. He remembered finding out that a red-haired woman is his mother by hearing that catchphrase. Seeing his face with emotion, Amelia started to get worried as she touched his shoulder. Naruto, are you okay? She asked before she saw the tears from his eyes. Did something happen to him? Maybe it was about his mother. I'm okay. Just had very emotional memories. He said as he wiped his tears. He'll never forget those words from his mother. Same goes from his father. He never had a chance to see them when he was a baby because they died to protect his life. But, it's okay because he already knows what they look like. He already met them in person. Honestly, he wanted to wish them to come back and spend more time with his family. Hey, Naruto. I'm sorry for asking that question, I didn't know that. Amelia apologized. It's okay, Amelia. You didn't know that and this isn't your fault. The blonde man smiled. Amelia looked at his eyes again. They were so filled with emotion, pain, respect, and hurt. Those eyes are almost like hers. Why did she get hurt from him? What kind of his past had he been through? Amelia. Naruto wondered. Are you? Amelia paused as she heard two voices and turned around to them. It was Rem and Ran. Oh. What brings you here? Amelia-sama. Our lord, Rosewall-sama, has returned. Please come inside. Naruto and Amelia had entered the dining room. So, an owner of the mansion named Rosewall should be here in any minutes. I was watching you from upstairs, Naruto. Beatrice said as she stood next to him. Oh, Beatrice. Yes, I noticed you were watching us from the house. Naruto said. You have a good sensor. No wonder why you called yourself a shinobi Kashira. She said. You bet. Naruto smirked as he looked down at her right hand with a bandage. How was your hand? Much better, Kashira. She said. Amelia looked at Beatrice's hand, too, when she heard Naruto ask. What's going on? Why is her hand bandaged? She asked. Naruto interrupted by the door opens as he stepped back away from it until he saw a guy with clown makeup. He's a tall, well-built man with long indigo hair with heterochromic eyes, the right one being blue and the left one being yellow. He wore unusual outfits comparable to those similar to a clown. He also wore a tiny black hat, black boots and a cape. My, how unusual to see you here, Beatrice, he spoke as he looked at her playing with Puck, which made Naruto surprised. I'm so happy you've decided to dine with me. That boy is more than enough of an addle-brained fool for me, Kashira. She said. You must be Rosewall. I'm impressed that you're the owner of this mansion. Naruto said as he looked at the clown guy. So, this clown guy owned this mansion. However, he wasn't just a clown guy because he sensed his strong aura. He used magic like Emilia. There was something strange about him because Naruto felt negative emotions from Rosewall. Indeed I am, Rosewall said with a smile. You must be Naruto Uzumaki. That's me, he said, but he just had a question about him. Why does his voice sound like he's singing? Please have a seat. Rem and Ram will cook the lunch for us. Everyone took a seat at the table. Rosewall sat on the Lord chair and the others sat on the opposite side. Naruto and Emilia sat next to each other while they're talking to each other. The other side where Beatrice sat at is playing with Puck. Rem and Ram are back from the kitchen with food on the food cart. They passed the food for everyone. After that, they stood between Rosewall like they're guarding him. Emilia was taking a bite of the food, but she forgot something before eating that. She looked at Naruto, who already noticed her. Both of them nodded and began to pray for food to thank. Itadakimasu, they said at the same time as the others looked at them strangely. How was it? Did I do great? Emilia asked. You did great, Emilia. I'm surprised we did it at the same time, so that was a good one. Naruto said with a smile. Really? She's surprised. Yeah, really. He smiled. Then, both of them were smiling at each other. Puck was surprised that Emilia learned a new word and craved food from Naruto. He's the one who told him to teach her a few things from him. Naruto had never tasted this food in his world. He always eats his favorite food is ramen and loves eating at the restaurant. Yes, he had to try something different for food, so he took a spoon and dipped in the soup. He took a taste of the soup in his mouth and swallowed it. This soup was pretty good and he took another one. He actually enjoyed that soup rather than normal food. This is pretty good. Who cooks it? He asked. I cooked it, Naruto too. Rem answered. Rem, this food is actually good. Seriously, you're gonna make one hell of a white pizza babe. Naruto smiled, but he noticed everyone was staring at him. What do I say? Do you realize what you say? Ram asked. Yes, so, thank you for your words, Naruto too. Rem accepted without showing any emotion. One hell of a wife, sounds ridiculous. You're very kind, Naruto. Rosewall said as he put the teacup down on the table. You come to the mansion of Margrave Matters, in the kingdom of Lugunica. I heard from Emilia-sama that you saved her life from the assassins, right? Yes, that's correct. Her name is Elsa Granheim. She's a vampire who tried to assassinate Emilia. Then, let me ask you this question, Naruto. How did you know that the assassin is coming for your life? Rosewall asked with a smile. I'm a shinobi and I have an ability to sense aura. While I was helping Emilia's insignia, I found the scent of bloodlust and evil. Naruto said with a serious face as he looked at him. This clown guy seemed off and suddenly jumped into that question. This guy knows about the assassin named Elsa Granheim. That kind of look on his face made Naruto not trusting him. Also, she's known as Baal Hunter and former member of assassin organization. I'm sure you heard that before. Your fighting skills are quite similar hers, but much better than hers. You killed her. Rosewall chuckled. Naruto looked at him very seriously. Are you saying I'm one of them? I didn't ask that of you. I was thinking maybe you used to be one of them, but you betrayed them. Came at Lugunica and saved Emilia's life from Elsa because you knew she was coming for her life. No knights can kill her unless high-skilled like Reinhardt. But, you killed Elsa on your own. I killed Elsa because she tried to kill Emilia. I have no choice but to kill her or else she wouldn't have killed Emilia. Naruto said. Then, tell me this. What are you, Naruto? No single human can fight off the vampire. Naruto opened his mouth to speak, but he saw Emilia standing up from the seat and shielded him from Rosewall. Naruto is not like that. She said. I met him at the market. He helped me to find my insignia. Then, Puck came up and flew towards Naruto to protect him, too. Leah is right. He protected her from the vampire. If he hadn't been there with Emilia, she wouldn't have died there. Naruto was shocked that those two were defending him from getting accused by Rosewall. Sure, he can make a comeback to that man because he did with Nagato and Obito. However, when he got supported by them, he was glad that they could trust him. I see that Emilia-sama is defending you. Rosewall chuckled lightly as he drank the tea. I guess you are indeed someone that can be trusted. Forgive me for accusing like that. I forgive you, Rosewall. Naruto said as he looked at Emilia and Puck. He gave them a smile. You may have any reward you request. Merely state your desire. Reward his request. So, that means he can make any request he wants, but he felt like Rosewall is testing him. It's almost like he's watching him and wanting to know what kind of person he is. That clown wants to know his secret. He can leave the mansion, but he doesn't have any place to stay. Guess he had no choice, but staying will be his best option if that can make him go back to his world. Before Naruto's choosing that option, Kurama and the other 8 Bijus warned him about Rosewall. He's pretty strong, but he's no match against him. I want to stay here for free. He answered. Rosewall smiled as he clapped his hands. Very good. Very good. From now on, you will be treated as a guest in this place. In the hallway, Beatrice watched Naruto training in the yard with her irritated look. She looked at her hand with bandage that got hurt in treatment by him. He did it both of them, but it was accident. It's very nice of him. His mana is very hot and burned her hand like hell. Hot as a fire enough to burn. Beatrice thought it's impossible because no human with mana can hurt her. But rarely, she got hurt by Naruto's mana. What do you think of him? The blonde turned around to see Puck who called her. The spirit cat is smiled and already has an interest in Naruto. Bubby, that boy. What is he? Beatrice called Puck's nickname. Where did you find him? We found him in the market. He helped Leah to find her insignia and protected her from the vampire. He doesn't seem to be demi-human because I checked on him. He's a human, but not just a human. He said as he looked at Beatrice's bandaged hand. How is this possible? No human's mana should hurt you. When I absorbed his mana, it burned my hand and didn't want me to absorb it. Beatrice remembered she got burned by Naruto's mana. His mana bothered me. What do you mean? Puck asked. Maybe I took someone else's mana, not him. Something deep inside of him. It was dark, evil, and scary. I wouldn't like to keep on going. She said. Well, technically, it was her fault for absorbing him without warns him. I think he didn't mean to hurt me, Kashira. If he warned me before I absorb his mana, I wouldn't have been hurt. Puck nodded and understood why she's saying. When she said that there was mana deep inside of him, he got chilled his spine. He checked on him already and he's clearly human, but something else inside of him. What Beatrice? Talking about Naruto's mana, there was a chance that he will surpass Rosewall or him in his true form. No jokes. If Rosewall tried to fight him, pretty sure he'll lose by him. If he were him, he would not mess with him. Honestly, it'll be better for Leah to be with Naruto than Rosewall. I can sense the witch miasma around him, but I don't think he's one of them. Me too, I sensed him, too. Puck said as he looked at Beatrice's injury right hand. How was your hand? Still hurt. My hand is better now, Kashira. She said as she unwrapped the bandage from her right hand. Buddy, Naruto didn't mean to hurt my hand. I guess it was accident, Kashira. You didn't tell Rosewall? Puck asked. Of course not, I didn't. Tell him. Beatrice said as she continued to look at Naruto. Are you sure he's not one of the witches? I checked on him. He's good. Puck said as he looked through the window and saw Leah ran towards Naruto. They were just talking and laughing. Leah seems to be enjoying with him. She had no complaint about him. Watching them, Emilia is enjoying with Naruto. She showed her smile and laughed. It was nice to see her happy. The half-elf doesn't have much experience with people, so she doesn't have friends. Finally, she made a friend with Naruto. He was warm, nice, and strong person. Puck guessed that Naruto is indeed someone that can be trusted because it was Emilia. It was very nice that Naruto became a friend with Emilia because he's not like the other humans who hated her. He can make her smile and laugh. Emilia trusted him a lot. Beatrice said. Yes, she trusted him because he saved her life. Puck said as he looked at Beatrice. Beatrice, this boy doesn't use any magic like us. I know. Do you remember what kind of magic he used? It's not really a magic because Leah told me about his magic. He used clones and strange blue energy ball that killed Elsa. And also, he blew up entire bars. So, Beatrice was correct about the new blonde boy. He does have something inside of him. That wasn't the mana, it was something else and unfamiliar to her. What is he? Where did he come from? What? Your mana hurt Beatrice. Emilia shocked after Naruto told her about what happened to Beatrice's hand. That explained why she had a bandage. I know. I apologized to her already. I'm very sorry for hurting her. I didn't mean to hurt her. Naruto said with a bow. So, mana is like chocolate that uses magic. It'll be better to use that word to cover him from them. Beatrice was good at mana transfer, but she hurt herself without asking him. It's because Kurama's chakra can hurt anyone who dares to try to absorb. Luckily, the little girl forgave him for hurting her because she didn't ask him and called it an accident. Wouldn't have been very bad if he revealed who he really was. Naruto looked at the window and saw Beatrice in the mansion with Puck. Her face is angry, so he delivered a waving hand to her. Then, Beatrice gave him a scowling look as she turned away and went back to the library. She likes you. Sun said. She's too young. Naruto thought as he turned to look at Emilia that looked at him curiously. What's up? I forgive you, Naruto. She said with a smile. The blonde ninja smiled back at her. Of course, Emilia is a sweet girl. She trusted him too much and treated him like a friend. Gata has given her credits for supporting him from getting accused by Rosewall. Emilia, thank you for supporting me. You're welcome. You saved my life from the vampire, so I owned you. I'm sorry about Rosewall-sama. He was very cautious, but I'm sure he'll trust you. Sure, he said. What do you do today? I talked with lesser spirit. Lesser spirit. Lesser spirits are beings that haven't become spirits yet. They grow over time, and when they gain strength and self-awareness, they become full spirits, like Puck. Can you show me? Naruto asked curiously. This sounds kinda cool and never get to see her talking with lesser spirits. No, I can't. I have contract conditions. I can only talk with them every morning and evening. I was going to do it at night, so you can watch me how I did. Contract conditions. He thought, but maybe he can save that for later. So, it's true that you're running a candidate to become the 42nd king of Ludwigton. Yes, which is why I need my insignia. Thank you for bringing it back. She said. What's your goal? My goal is to create a nation where all citizens are equal, but, she said. With a sad look as she held her hands together and Naruto looked at her. I don't think that's simple because humans don't like me, they hate me because I am a witch of frost. Naruto's eyes widened in shock and his fists clenched tight, but he stopped and calmed his anger. The same thing happened to his life from the past. It was very painful to remember his past because of fear. The villagers of Konoha feared him, hated him, and attempted to kick him out because he has a nine-tailed fox inside of him. So, Emilia is like him, both of them have experienced the same pains and suffering. Both of them don't have a family at home, so they live by themselves. They took care of themselves without them and learned how to survive. Actually, Naruto heard about Puck that he took care of her. Emilia doesn't have a lot of friends here before he arrived here. The humans are scared of her because they think she's a witch. They don't like her appearance because she's a half-elf. She must have been very lonely without friends. No wonder why she got surprised that she found the first friend with him. I'm sorry to hear your story, Emilia. Naruto said softly as the silver-haired girl nodded sadly, but her face changed into a shocked expression when he held her hands. But, you can't give up your dream just because they fear you. Can't give up my dream, she asked. It's okay to be scared of them just because of your looks. However, you can't give up on your dream. You have to fight through pain and hardship if you want to become king. Face your fear and make everyone acknowledge no, it's not that if you become king everyone will acknowledge you. It's the ones who are acknowledged that can become king. Naruto said. He remembered one speech from Itachi. Don't forget your friends, Emilia. Emilia was silent and looked at him with a shocked expression, listening to what he had to say. Fight through pain and hardship. That's right at the end of the sentence. She had a friend named Naruto Uzumaki and he's right here with her. My friend told me this. You'll probably have to suffer again from now on, but don't change, keep going your way. You told me that you never change your words, that's your way, can you guess? Naruto asked. You said yes. She guessed. That's correct. He said, you better become king, at all costs. Those are his last words. He said with a warm smile. For 100% to me, I'm sure you'll be the greatest king of Ludnica in the world. Naruto. Yes, oh my gosh. Are you crying? Naruto, shocked as he saw Emila's eyes, started to cry right now. Holy shit. She must have been emotional by his speech and didn't know that could make her cry. I'm sorry. I didn't know that can. Thank you. Naruto stopped panicking and looked at her when her hands grabbed his hands. She showed her smiled at him with tears on her face. A perfect time when the blossoms flew past her by the wind, creating a lovely picture. He was stunned for a moment. Her smile, it was so radiant, so warm, so beautiful. Thank you for giving me courage. I felt warm in my heart. Amelia said as she wiped her tears. She took his hands and grasped it. I didn't know you were good at speech. I practiced it someday. Naruto said as he turned his head down and moved his hands from hers. He scratched his back of the head. His cheeks were colored pink by her beautiful smile. Damn, he didn't know half-elf can make a cute smile. Are you okay? Your face is red. I'm okay, Amelia. I'm okay. He laughed a bit with a blush as he waved his hands. Anyways, should you be studying right now? That's right, I forgot about that. Amelia said as she stood up and ran towards the mansion, but she stopped for a moment. She turned around to look at him with a beautiful smile. It was nice to talk with you, Naruto. I'm glad you're my first friend. Huh. Naruto wondered as he heard her first sentence, but didn't catch the second one. He was going to ask her to repeat it, but she went inside already. When Amelia went inside the mansion, she felt a warm feeling in her chest as her hands placed on it. She can feel the heartbeat in her heart. This is a nice feeling from his speech. It was nice that her friend Naruto cheered her up because no one never does that to her. By the way, she checked Naruto's mana when she had a talk with him. He already explained to her that his mana hurt Beatrice. It was an accident, so she forgave him already. She's better watch out of him because his mana could hurt anyone. However, he didn't mean to do that. He didn't do it on purpose. Naruto's mana though, she didn't find the evil inside of him. There was no way he could be an enemy. When she checked his mana, it was a nice feeling. His mana is so bright and warm. Wow, Naruto amazed as he sat in the hot tube in the hot spring room. This feeling is so great. He was so happy that this mansion has a hot spring. That guy, Kurama said. What guy? That clown. He seemed to be suspicious of your chakra and our chakra. He said. Naruto just remembered about that clown guy, Rosemary. That clown seems to be looking forward to seeing him. Not only seeing him, but seeing his chakra. Hopefully, Beatrice won't tell him about that energy transfer because it was bad and an accident. When he first met Rosewall in the dining room, he felt a negative emotion of him. It's not like he guessed that Rosewall is evil, but he was just being cautious. It was strange that he acted like a nice and kind person when greeted him. But, the clown guy accused him of working with assassination organization. That was such a sudden question from him. The people who live in his mansion seem to trust him a lot. Maybe, they don't know if he's lying to them. Anyways, Naruto needs to stay on his guard about Rosewall. Who knows what he's planning to do with him? Well, there. You used negative emotion on him and he's lying, but there's no way we can prove it unless we can trust the others. Chome said. Amelia and Ka, maybe two maidens and a little brat. They need to know about him. Yuki said. Beatrice is alright, but I'm not too sure about two maidens. They're very loyal to Rosewall. I don't wanna hurt them. Hey there, may I join you? Oh, Rosewall. I didn't see what the fuck. Naruto shocked as he found a naked guy without the towel that is supposed to cover his waist. He was shocked and his jaw dropped. He cannot believe what he just saw and doesn't want to talk about it. By the way, Rosewall looks different without clown makeup. This facility is part of my mansion, so it is my property. I shall do with it as I please. Rosewall said. Yo, where's your towel? Never mind about that. Yes, of course, you can join because this is yours. Naruto said as he turned away from that creep. Damn, men always wear a towel to cover the waist, but this guy doesn't. Yes, indeed. This bath is my property, but as part of my guest, Rosewall said as he bent down on his knee and held Naruto's chin. Are you not my property, as well? Naruto's eyes twitched as he moved away from him in an instant and created a space between them. You don't do weird shit like that, you freak TT Abeo. I finally got into the bath and your creepy stuff threw me off. He said nervously as he had a flashback about himself and Kakashi Sensei, training together. He said some weird shits to him. I don't know what's bothering you, but it seems like you had a bad memory. Rosewall said, I gotta say, I'm really starting to like you. Hell no. OH. Hell no. Yes, Naruto said sadly as he looked down and remembered those words from his Kakashi Sensei. Speaking of which, you and Emilia are getting along with each other, am I right? He asked. Yes, we are. I see. Do you think you'll be able to get along with Ram and Rem? Ram and Rem. Naruto remembered the two maidens. I haven't talked with them. I met them when I first came here. Actually, are they the only ones living here? Yes, that's correct. Rosewall said. Don't worry about them. They have been working here for a long time. Judging them how they look, but they aren't just maidens. What do you mean? Well, since you can sense the mana or aura, I'm sure that you sensed them already. Yes, I did, but they're not just maidens. Their aura is strong, am I correct? I'm impressed that you guessed it, but yes. They're not just maidens. Their races are Oni. Rosewall said. Oni? Naruto asked. He was sure that he heard that word Oni before. Oni is a kind of yokai, ogre, or troll in Japanese folklore. It was a legend, but he didn't know that Oni exists here. Yes, the Oni is one of the strongest races of demi-humans known for their strong bodies and mana quality. You look very surprised. I am. I didn't know the Oni existed here. I thought it was a legend. He said. Wow, no wonder why the two maidens have a strong aura. Naruto didn't know the Oni race exists here in this fantasy world. So, Rem's and Ram's race is Oni. One strongest race of demi-humans. You're not wrong, but it's not a legend. It exists. I found them from a long time ago after their village got attacked by Witch Cult. If you don't know what it was, Witch Cult is an organization that worships the Witch of Envy, Satella. They're the main threat to the knights because the cults have been killing innocent people. Rosewall said. Satella. Naruto thought, knowing that name before. This sounds familiar, wait a minute, that's Emilia's fake name. She used that name to cover for her name, but why does she put that for her fake name? He had a strange feeling why did she put that name. He could be wrong about her because he was thinking that Emilia used to be Satella before, but no he was wrong. Already checked on her emotion with negation emotion, so she's not Satella. Her real name is Emilia. The main enemy of the organization is the Witch Cult. So, that's why he's here because there was a threat. Naruto is better ready for them because it's his job to save the world and his friends. After the conversation was done, Naruto got up first before Rosewall as he walked inside the changing room. But, he saw Ram standing by the door with a towel and underwear in her arms. Whoa, what are you doing here, Ram? The blonde asked, but lucky he had a white towel around his waist. I was only waiting to help Rosewall-sama put on fresh clothes. She said. Seriously? He asked with a blush as he turned away from her to grab his clothes. But, he didn't see his clothes there. All of his clothes are gone and even his headband is gone, too. It was just a black suit. Oh, Rem took your clothes to wash them while you were in the bath. She put these clothes for you. Ram said. Oh, I guess I'll have to wear it now. Naruto said as he grabbed the black suit and walked, but he saw underwear with yellow and black in left and right. Can he just dress himself? I will not condone disrespect toward Rosewall-sama. Next time, I will use force. She glared. What? I didn't say bad things about him. He said. This isn't bad at all. Naruto said as he observed the new clothes that Rem brought in. It was a black butler suit. The size fits him very well. So, he walked in the hallway while watching outside from the window. It's still sunny outside. He has so much time to spend here and explore the mansion. Emilia is probably studying for King of Ludnica, so he didn't want to bother her. Naruto stopped by the window and found Rem washing his clothes in the soap bucket. In that case, he wants to meet her and talk with her since he has a lot of time. He opened the window and jumped out of the second floor. When the shinobi landed on the ground, his landing surprised the blue-haired maid as she looked at him. Naruto crooned. She wondered how he got here so fast. She saw the window is open from the second floor, so he must have jumped from up there. That human isn't normal. Yo, Rem. He greeted with a salute as he looked at his clothes in the soap bucket. He wouldn't mind if a maid takes his clothes and washed them for him because they need to be a wash. But, he wanted to do it by himself. Rem, thank you for washing my clothes. You don't have to do that for me. It's my job. Rem said as she finished washing Naruto's shirt and put it on the stand to dry it. She's going for another one until she sees Naruto is washing the clothes. What are you doing? I'm helping you. He answered as he washed his jacket and put it on the same stand where his shirt was. There were a lot of clothes and blankets on the baskets. I appreciate your help, but washing the clothes on my own is my job. Just shut up and let me help you with this. He interrupted her boldly without hesitation as Rem froze when he said those words to her. The blue-haired maiden didn't get to finish her sentence because he interrupted her. It was rude when someone interrupted her while speaking, but somehow it was her first time to get silent by him and didn't even talk to him back. Only him, a human. She usually doesn't listen to someone when a person tries to help her and silence her. In that case, Rem let him do the job for her. She looked at him washing the clothes and blanket. He's doing a good job for this. It wasn't his first time to wash them. Rosewall-sama ordered her to keep an eye on him because she and her sister Ram explained to him about Beatrice's hand. However, to Beatrice, she told her and Ram that it was just an accident. This new guest isn't human, but he looks human. He doesn't seem to be harmful. Sensing his mana, it was pretty strong. However, it was bright and warm. Something wrong, Rem? Naruto asked. It's nothing, Naruto-kun. She said as she continued to do her job. Naruto-kun, why do you want to help me? I want to help it because I cannot stand and watch a person who is doing a lot of work. Naruto said, I understand why only two of you. I see, why do you want to help me? I understand, but my sister and I have stayed with Rosewall for a long time. There was no need for you to be worried. Rem said as she put the blanket on the stand and grabbed other clothes. She felt something when her fingers touched something metal. Rem was wondering why there was metal in the soap, but she's going to find out. She grabbed the metal and pulled out from the soap bucket. She blinked her eyes when she found a headband with the metal protector on the forehead, which explains why she fell. Maybe she grabbed it, too, along with Naruto's clothes. Hey, you found my headband. Naruto said in disbelief. No wonder I couldn't find it. This is yours. Yeah, that's mine. It's my headband. I can't believe you found it. I must have grabbed all of your clothes and I didn't realize it was with them. She said as she started to bow. I deeply apologize. Oh no, that's not a problem. Naruto said. Besides, I haven't washed my headband. I think it'll be the best that needs to be a wash. I see, Naruto-kun. Rem said as she put the headband on the stand, but she saw the curving symbol on the metal. Naruto-kun. Yes, what's this symbol? She asked curiously. Naruto stopped washing and walked towards Rem where she's asking about. She looked at the headband and got her curious about the symbol. Oh, that symbol stands for the leaf. He said. Leaf? Rem asked. Yes, it was representing my village. It mainly meant that two clans had a friendship. So, it was indicated to be the symbol of friendship. Friendship. Yeah, he said with a smile as he looked at his headband. It was gifted by my good teacher. I used to be a bad student and made a lot of mistakes, but I fixed my mistakes. My teacher comforted me, so I saved his life from a bad guy. His smile was so bright and warm. He's not faking and lying. It was hard for Rem to believe his story, but this sounds like a true story. It was a sweet story, Naruto. Rem said. I saw that you and Emilia-sama are quite close. She's just a great friend to me. I met her yesterday, so I wouldn't say that we're not close. Emilia-sama supported you from getting accused by Rosewall-sama. She seemed to trust you a lot. It wasn't like Naruto wanted her to trust him and let him stay in the mansion. For sure, he's not going to do any suspicious move. Still, she had to keep her eyes on him. Well, I was going to make another comeback, but I didn't expect she and Puck supported me. Naruto said as he looked at Rem. That girl seemed to be very loyal to Rosewall, but something wasn't right about her. He had a strange presence from her. Those eyes of hers are emotionless, but deep inside of her, it was sad. What's this feeling? This kind of feeling from her. Rem, are you upset? He asked without hesitation as the blue-haired girl stopped and looked at him. What did you say? Rem asked. You look upset. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm picking up an upset presence from you. Even though you're emotionless. Rem blinked her eyes for a moment while staring at Naruto. That hit her right in the heart because of him for saying that. Upset. How did he know that she was upset? At that moment, she started to silence herself. She had a bad memory of her past. That was a sad memory. It was a very sad memory because what she couldn't have done to protect her Rem from them. Her sister protected her from them, but Rem almost let her sister die. So, why is she so upset about this? Why did Naruto ask her that question? Rem. Naruto asked as Rem finally snapped herself and looked at him. It's nothing. Rem said as she finished washing clothes. Thank you for helping me. I didn't know you were good at washing clothes. That was a long time ago. Naruto smiled a bit. He washed the clothes by himself when he was a 7. If you need my help, just let me know and I will help you with anything. If not, I'll just have to help you TT Abeo. Rem was silent, but she nodded as a yes and walked back to the mansion. She stopped and looked at him for a moment. Was she wrong about him? Ellipsis. Then, she went inside the mansion and left him outside. It's time to talk with lesser spirits. Amelia said with a smile as she walked in the hallway after she finished her study. Right now, she's on her way to talk with lesser spirits tonight, but she forgot something before going outside. Oh yeah, she went to another hallway and found the door as she grabbed on the knob to open it, but the door was locked. The half-elf knocked on the door and someone answered her. Amelia, is that you? Naruto asked from the door. Yes, that's me. You said you want to see me talking with lesser spirits. She said. Give me a second. He said. Amelia waited for him to come out of his room. Well, it was his first day to live in the mansion and met everyone. The dining room didn't go too well, but it turned out pretty okay. He doesn't know why Rosewall accused Naruto of working with the assassin organization. She heard the door was opened and made her see Naruto, but she saw him differently. He's not wearing a black, orange and pants. He wore a black t-shirt and orange shorts. There was no headband on him. Her words died in her throat as she looked over his body. He was well built, but not too muscular. Not too skinny. A good body shape and he's just only a teenager. Amelia, Naruto asked. The half-elf turned red on her cheeks as she looked away from him. I'm sorry. Why you can come outside and watch me how I did? She said as she turned away and walked towards the outside while Naruto followed her. There at the yard in the night, Naruto stood where he was and waited for Amelia to be talking with lesser spirits. She already started by speaking quietly in a different language. Then, the blonde boy saw her body glow with blue color and blue orbs appeared from nowhere. They're surrounding her. Naruto watched her in amazement and didn't know what to say about lesser spirits. This is beautiful to watch her talking with lesser spirits. One of the beautiful moments in his life. His summoning jutsu doesn't look like that, but he wished he could do that. What do you think, Naruto? Amelia asked. It was beautiful. He admitted with a smile. I've never seen an elf's magic like that. Elf's magic is interesting TT Abeo. Really? Thank you. She surprised as she finished talking with lesser spirits and walked toward him. This human likes her magic. What about your magic? What's your? Naruto sat down on the grass and tapped his side to tell Amelia to sit with him. So, he saw the silver-haired sat with him. Well, I'm a shinobi. I can create clones and use blue energy orb, Rasengan. You saw what I did to Elsa, remember? Yes, I remembered that. Amelia said. Yeah, pretty much I don't have a lot of magic moves. Clones and Rasengan are my magic moves. I see. Not only you have magic, but you are pretty good at fighting. Want me to teach you? Really? Amelia surprised. Nobody ever asks her like that and offers her to train with him. Can you do that? Yeah, I don't mind training with someone. He said. I can teach you some basic moves. Then, that's a yes. Naruto smiled when he looked at Amelia's determination. Alright then, if you have a chance to take a day off, I will teach you some of my moves. I will. And, are you the only shinobi in here? She asked. In my village, yes, but I never met the other shinobi. He said. That's a good question from her. He was curious if there was a shinobi in this world. Amelia nodded and was pretty sure he's not only shinobi in this world. There were more of them who could do the same move like him. Naruto, can I touch your hand? Just for curiosity. Sure, I don't mind. Naruto said without hesitation as he saw her hands grab his hand. Her hands are very smooth and soft because of her skin. Your fingers. They're very pretty, she said as she turned his hand to the open palm and trace on it. This feeling is warm and soft. It was rare how warm it was. No human doesn't have that kind of hands like his. Then, she found other feelings from his hand. It's not just warm and soft, but there was something else about him. His hand was filled with love, friends, and strength. Guessing him, he had been through the battle before with a strong feeling. The other word friend seems like he has great friends in his village. The last word love, almost like Naruto has been loved before. Yes, he has been loved by friends, but he has mostly been loved by his family. His hand was filled with love because he loved his family. It's almost like they loved their son so much, but sadly she found out that they died. She saw Naruto's facial expression before and realized his parents are already dead. However, she can feel the love from him. He still has that feeling from them. Naruto really loves his parents. He never forgets them and their feelings. He carried them with him and placed their feelings in his heart, so he'll never forget them. It was a really beautiful feeling from Naruto. Amelia. Naruto wondered. It's nothing, the half-elf said as she shook her head and let go of his hand. You really are a great person with the heart. Do you have friends in your homeland? Lots of them. They're really good people. Naruto remembered. Maybe, Amelia was wondered if he has good friends at his homeland. If he completed his quest, he'll take her to his homeland and meet his friends. They're very good people and would like to meet Amelia. It'll be really nice that she can come to his world. Pretty sure, his sensei would accept her to stay in his homeland. Naruto was pissed at people for being scared of Amelia and told the kids to stay away from her because she's the Witch of Frost. She didn't do anything wrong. She would punch everyone in their face or prank them if they insult her. That's good, Amelia said with a small smile. It's nice for Naruto that he has a lot of friends in his homeland. They must be really good friends. She wished she had a lot of friends like him. Amelia, you know I'm still hearing your friend. He noticed her facial expression as the silver-haired looked at him. I know, she gasped as Naruto grabbed her hands and made her eyes look at him. His azure eyes. His face. They're all looking too good. She can't help describing him, but he looks so different with that face. If you're bored or feel lonely in your room, no need to be afraid of talking with me. I'm all open and eared for you, Amelia. He said with a smile. Naruto, she said as she smiled at him. Thank you. You look upset. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm picking up an upset presence from you. Even though you're emotionless. Rem had a flashback about yesterday talking with a new guest, Naruto. She's on her way to his room to wake him up because she wants his help for today. When Naruto told her that she's upset, it got her right in the heart. Truthfully, she was surprised by him. His eyes, they are serious and almost can read her mind. They were filled with emotions. It's hard to tell that he was lying to her with his emotions, but she felt his emotions are real. Naruto was being an honest person. The blue-haired maiden made a thought of Naruto that he's a spy because he has the witch smell. That's right, she smelled his scent and he smelled like a witch. She saw what happened from yesterday where Naruto's mana hurt Beatrice's hand. She transferred his mana to hers, but she got forced back from his mana. However, Beatrice has already forgiven him for hurting her. However, it's not what Rem's thinking. She caught another smell from Naruto and it's not a witch smell. It was his smell. It was bright and warm. Maybe, she was wrong about him. Maybe, Naruto wasn't one part of the witch cult. Naruto-kun. She called as she knocked on the door at his room. There was no answer, but she sensed his aura still in there. I will come in. But, the door was opened itself and Rem found Naruto that just goes out from his room with t-shirt and short. It's too late for her to stop it when she bumped into his chest without knowing he was going to open it himself. She felt her hands on his chest. It wasn't too bulky. Not too skinny. He was a perfect shape. Oh, Rem, I didn't hear your knocking because I just woke up. He said before he released his yawning. I'm sorry that I didn't hear you. Rem was frozen, gazing at his body in astonishment. Her hands are still on his chest which she didn't even move them. She looked it up at his face. He looked so much different than before. Rem, Naruto asked. The maiden snapped as she moved her hands and bowed down to him. I'm deeply sorry for coming in without calling you. No need to say sorry to me. I shouldn't have answered you first, he said before he saw her sister with pink hair. That must be Rem's older sister. Her name is Ram. Rem, did you get violated by this man? Ram asked. Yes, Ram. I was violated by him. Rem said. Naruto blinked his eyes for a second and heard what they say. His eyes are widened in shock.
What have you done?
Wait, I didn't do anything to Rem. I swear, he said panicky as he waved his hand. I shall report this to Emilia-sama. Ram said. I wasn't seducing her, he said with a sweat. Damn, he didn't know that Ram is so protective sister and he didn't do anything to Rem. Look, I opened my door and saw Rem right here. I didn't know she was going to open it. Ram gave him a dirty look for a few seconds and her face changed into a normal expression. Forgive me and my sister jumping into the conclusion, she said as she and Rem bowed him at the same time. Naruto twitched one of his eyes and started not to believe that. He got accused by two maidens for seducing Rem without even a reason, but they suddenly changed and apologized to him. Damn Jiraiya. Damn him for giving him a stupid pervert and accused by them. For sure, he's laughing at him from up to heaven. Anyways, why are you here, Rem? You're the one who came to my room. He said. I came here to wake you up, but it seems you're already awake on your own. Anything else? I was wondering if you can help us to cook for breakfast. The blonde shinobi dropped is at this because he can't cook the foods, he can't cook the regular foods. He can only cook ramen cup which is the only one he can cook. So, just a ramen cup or head toward Ichiraku ramen restaurant. Something wrong, Naruto-kun? Rem asked. I love to help, but, I can't cook. He confessed sadly as his face is colored with the red. This is so embarrassing to tell them that he cannot cook. Ellipsis. 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 I'm disappointed, Ram said. Then, her insult hurt his feeling as he looked it down at the ground with a shadow to cover his face. He knew Ram would call him a suck cooker. He's a shinobi and ramen lover, but suck at cooking. I'm impressed that you're good at cutting things with a knife. Ram said as she watched Naruto peeling the apple skin with a kitchen knife. She changed her mind about him and he doesn't suck at peeling. I cut apple and the other fruits. They're pretty easy to peel, he said as he put the apple on the bowl filled with apples. Rem watched him peeling off apple skin at his knife skill. She looked at the pile of the apples on a bowl. They're clean and circle. His knife skill bothers her because he used kunai skills to peel off the skin which Emilia told her about it. Very impressive from him. Ram is right, you're good at peeling the fruit. She said. I'm good, but not very good at cooking. Naruto said as he finished the last apple and looked at Rem. Is there any else I can help with? Yes, Rem said as she started to stare at Naruto's hair that bugs her. Naruto noticed Rem is staring at him, but he doesn't know why. The bowl is filled with apples and the skins are peeled off. He was sure that he didn't left the skins. Rem, why are you looking at me? He asked. Ram stopped what she is doing and looked at her sister that's staring at Naruto. She saw her eyes or seemed to look at his hair. Your unsightly appearance stands out. Especially your hair. It's very unrefined, she said. Really, I never have a problem about my hair. I always wash my face and my hair when I wake up. Anyone didn't complain about my hair, he said as he brushed his hair. And Rem, she called her as the blue-haired girl looked at her. You are staring at Naruto because you are bothered by his hair, right? Rem got surprised by her sister, but she cannot hide it anymore. Yes, it is, she said. Really? Naruto shocked as he looked at Rem. Do I? Was it serious? No, not really, I'm just slightly, quite slightly, extremely slightly concerned about the hair. She concerned. She's extremely concerned. Naruto thought and shocked as his eyes twitched. Seriously. She's extremely concerned about his hair. You may accept her help if you insist, since Rem's touch will send you to heaven. Ram smirked. Wait, what? He asked as he looked at Rem. Is the pink-haired girl serious? When Rem touches his hair with her hands, they will send him to heaven. Well damn, she must be really pro at combing the hair because Naruto can tell that Rem combs her sister's hair before. He can't help it, but he'll have to accept her offer to comb his hair since it bothered her. By the way, I'm not very good at anything, but I mostly clean with my sister and help her. Rem is the only one who can cook in this mansion. I'm not very good at cooking. Ram said. Then, why the hell did you say disappointed to me? Girl, your insults hurt my feelings. Naruto spelled. Wow, you can't believe he got insulted by the pink-haired girl. Kurama and 8 Bijus were laughing at him for being suck at cooking. Damn that pink maiden, she played a game with him. To the blue-haired maiden, Rem is the only one who can clean and cook better than her. Honestly, Naruto kinda felt bad for her and wanted to help her. Hey, how's Beatrice? Naruto wondered. He remembered Kurama's chakra hurt her hand without realizing he was inside of him. Beatrice-sama is fine. Her hand is healed. Rem said as she looked at him. Are you planning to visit her? Yes, I am. I want her to collect my mana, because she always do that to everyone. He asked. Yes, Beatrice-sama is very cautious. She wants to make sure if you're an enemy or not. I see. Naruto nodded. After this, I'm going to Beatrice's room. If Amelia is looking for me, just tell her I'm at Beatrice's room. As your wish, Naruto-kun, and be sure not to hurt her again. Rem said. Your mana hurt her hand. Ram said. That won't happen again, girl. I promise I won't hurt her. This gotta be it. Naruto said as he stood in right front of where Beatrice's room was. He learned that she can use some kind of teleport magic which can correct the door of her room to any door she wishes to. Hopefully, this is the right room because he guessed it. When he opened the door, he found the library room. Naruto looked it down in the center and saw Beatrice, reading her book. Her face showed an angry expression to him. How did you get in? She surprised. Hello there, Beatrice. Naruto greeted her. Honestly, I don't know. I took a guess. Then, why are you here, Kashira? Naruto smiled with scratching on the back of his head as he closed the door and walked in her room. You see, again, I wanted to say I am deeply sorry for hurting your hand from yesterday. The reason how you got hurt because my mana can fight it back or self-defense. If you need mana, you can take mine. But, you need to ask me before doing that. Then, Beatrice closed the book and her eyes are focused on him. He's here because he wants her to take his mana from him. Something strange about this boy. However, perhaps she can try again to see why his mana hurt her. Very well, Kashira, she said as she put the book away and walked toward Naruto. She placed her hand on his stomach and began to transfer his mana to hers. This boy has a lot of mana and it didn't hurt her that caught her surprise. She doesn't know why she can't find the one mana that hurt her. She was so sure that she found it from yesterday. Deep inside of him, it was dark and evil. More like a monster. The blonde boy isn't a human, but somehow he is. He has something like hidden power inside of him. But still, she doesn't know why she can't find it. Maybe, it was because Naruto used his own mana, so she doesn't get hurt from him. The first mana she took just now is bright and warm. This feeling is kinda nice. There, I'm done for transferring your mana to mine. Beatrice finished as she stopped transfer mana by moving her hand away from Naruto. You have a lot, really? Naruto asked, blinking in slight surprise. You are pretty good at mana transfer. Can anyone do that? That's an absolutely terrible way to put it, Kashira. In this mansion, only Bubby and I can. She said. But, how come I can't find your other mana? The one that hurt my hand. Naruto was too nervous to tell her and didn't know she still remembers that. For sure, she didn't tell Rosewall about yesterday. Why do you want to know that? He asked. Don't play a game with me. You know what I'm talking about. Today, your mana didn't hurt me. Yesterday, your mana hurt my hand. She said as she crossed her arms and glared at him. There was something deep inside of you that I never encountered before. Your other mana is unfamiliar to me. The blonde shinobi clenched his fists and really doesn't want to tell her. She mustn't know about his chakra that he has bijus inside of him. He can't lie to her because she isn't stupid. Can he trust her for telling her about his secret? Go ahead and tell her. Kurama said. What? Naruto shocked as he turned to the giant fox. Kurama, we can't tell her about our secret. You can't make lies to her or else she'll kill you for this. Besides, it was my fault for giving her my chakra. You can't be serious. What about you guys? He asked the other bijus before they agreed with Kurama. Damn, they really agreed with Kurama and want him to tell her. That's too early for telling Beatrice. However, this brat doesn't have a good relationship with a gay clown. I think she won't tell him about us. Kurama said. Naruto remembered he felt her negative emotion toward Rosewall. He doesn't like to tell her about his secret and bijus because he protects them from greedy humans. Those stupid humans want to use them as a weapon. But, it seemed like he's out of his idea to create a light of her. He sighed in defeated as he started to sit on the chair and looked at Beatrice. Surprisingly, she understood him and sat on another chair. If I tell you this, promise me you won't tell anyone. Why would I tell anyone? Of course not, I won't tell them, Kashira. Beatrice said. Alright then, the other mana you took that hurt you isn't mine, but that's not mana. It called chakra. Naruto started. It belonged to my friend, but he's not human. He was called a biju, but there were 9 of him. Chakra. Biju. How come I never heard about those creatures before? She wondered. Because they don't exist here in your world, Beatrice. He answered. Actually, they're inside of me. 9 bijus are inside of me. 9 of them. They're inside of you. She shocked. She didn't expect that one from him. Yes, 9 of them. Each bijus have the number of tails they have from 1 to 9. They were created by their creator. Naruto said as he skipped Kaguramo's name and 10-tailed creature. You might have think of them are monsters, but they're living creatures. They have nothing to do with humans because they use them as a weapon. So, bijus chose me because they trusted me to take care of them. Beatrice looked at her hand that got hurt from Biju's chakra yesterday. That explained why she got hurt from Naruto. Who's that creature? The one who burned my hand. She said. His name is Kurama. He's a 9-tailed fox and the most powerful of the 9-tailed beasts. Also, he's my partner and friend. Naruto said. The others are also my partners and my friends. This boy is telling the truth, but he didn't tell her where is he from. However, this is enough for her to hear him. The creatures are called bijus. They don't exist here because there were no such things about bijus. It was crazy that Naruto has all 9 of them inside of him. Naruto's mana was very strong and powerful. There could be possible that he can defeat Rosewall with 6 elements or Puck's true form. Maybe, he can take both of them down by himself. So, is chakra the same as mana? She asked. You can say that because both of us use chakra and mana. Well, mine is chakra because only shinobi can use it. Naruto said, skipping another one. I see Kashira, Beatrice said. By the way, who is Satella? He asked. Beatrice looked at him with a serious expression on her face. In this world, the witch only refers to one person. The jealous witch, Satella. She began. The jealous witch? He asked. Yes, long ago, she devoured the 6 witches who bore the names of the deadly sins, and drained half the world dry. She's the worst of the worst, Kashira. It's said that she was starved for love. It's said that she doesn't understand human language. It's said that her body never withers, weakens, or dies. It's said that, though she was sealed by the powers of a dragon, a hero, and a sage, they were unable to destroy her flesh. Naruto felt like the jealous witch. Satella sounds like Kagaya Otsutsuki. They aren't the same, but sealing Satella is familiar to his sealing jutsu. The jealous witch was sealed by a dragon, a hero, and a sage. To his version, he and Sasuke sealed Kagaya Otsutsuki by using 6 paths yin and yang powers. What does she look like? Naruto asked. It's said that her body is that of a half-elf with silver hair. Beatrice said. Naruto's face turned into shock expression. A half-elf with silver hair. Her appearance is almost like Emilia because she's a half-elf with silver hair. He knows that Emilia isn't Satella, but Satella's appearance is like hers. Not only humans hate her because she's Witch of Frost, but they hate her because she looks like Satella. Both of them are half-elf with silver hair. Poor Emilia, she must have been through so much pain. No wonder why, he thought sadly. There you go. That's all you need to know about Satella. Beatrice finished, but she noticed Naruto showed his sad face. Why is your face look sad? Emilia, it must be very hard for her to move on and get through the hatred of humans. They hate her because she's Witch of Frost and Satella. Having something inside of you or what you look like, your life sucks so bad because you didn't do anything wrong. Naruto said as his one fist is clenched. Looking at his sad face, it was her first time to see him with emotion. Beatrice understands his feeling about Emilia's life. That's true because her appearance was like Satella's appearance. Humans are scared and hate Satella so much for almost destroying the world. But honestly, Emilia doesn't deserve that kind of a treatment. She has the hate of people, but she's still willing to save them no matter what. However, Emilia was lucky that she found the right person. The person is Naruto Uzumaki. Well, she should be happy that you're here with her and became a friend with her. Beatrice said, I know. He said with a smile, remembering Emilia's smile. It seems like you started too. Trust me, HM38. I didn't say that I can trust you because you're a stranger and broke in my room without my permission to Shira. Come on, don't be a cold to me. I told you about my secrets, but you still don't like me. Then, you should let me in your room because you can trust me TT Abeo. Naruto said, I just realized that you have been in your room a whole day. You didn't come outside to see me training. I didn't want to come outside to see you because you were annoyed to me. What? How mean of you. I let you transfer my chakra or mana to you, Beatrice. Really, you should go outside to enjoy for fresh air and have fun. You started to make me feel sad. Staying in your room isn't good for you because you are alone. Naruto said as he stood up and looked at her. I hate to say this to you, but you can't just stay in your room forever. It sounds like you're in the prison or guard over the library for someone. Beatrice paused for reading a book and looked at the blonde man. He chose 2 words, alone, and guard, to her because she has been here in her room a whole time. Nobody tell her like that. This stranger knows everything about her. By the way, I heard you like to play with Puck, Naruto said with a blush. He remembered that he saw Beatrice loves to play with Puck in the dining room. You really love to play with Puck and you even call him Bubby. It's weird that you showed your true nature whenever you see him. I had to admit, that was pretty cute. A little girl plays with cute animal. Beatrice's cheeks were red when he told her that she loves to play with Puck or call him Bubby. I am 400 years old. She said, ellipsis. What? I'm 400 years old. I'm not a child. First, he found out Emilia is 115 years old. Now, he found out Beatrice is 400 years old. This little girl is older than her. This world is so weird when he found out about their age. Everything is so weird. It'll be very awkward if Jiraiya was here and would date older people with a large number of age like 100 or more. You're lying, Naruto asked. I'm not lying, Beatrice said. But, you're a child. Don't call me a child. I am 400-year-old and older than you. There's one question he always wanted to ask about this world. Is that even illegal when someone married a woman who is 100 or more year old? What should I do after this? Naruto thought as he cleaned on the tube in the bathroom. Rem told him to go clean in this place. Damn, he cannot believe he told Beatrice about Biju's because Kurama's chakra burned her hand when she transferred. She figured it out that wasn't his chakra and it was Kurama. It has been a day for living in the mansion. He shook his head and focused about thinking. Maybe, he'll go training after this. The sound of the door was opened as he stopped and turned his back around to see a person who opened it. It was Rem who opened the door. Hey Rem, here to help me? Naruto asked. No, this is about what we discussed at breakfast. Is it about my hair? Oh, I forgot about you were gonna comb my hair. Sorry about that, I forgive you. Whenever you need more time, I'll be waiting for you. However, I was wrong about your hair. There's nothing wrong with your hair. It suits you, Rem said as she bowed. I'm sorry. Wow, this girl isn't like her sister and anyone else. No one ever did that before. She could be emotionless, but somehow he felt bad about her. Looking at her face, she still has that upset like yesterday. Maybe, it has to do with her past because her village got destroyed by a group called Witch Cult. She really hates them so much. Naruto waved his hand to tell her that it wasn't her fault. It's okay. It's my fault, TT Abeo. Then, how about this? You helped me here, so I can talk with you. Okay, he asked. As your wish. Rem accepted as she closed the door from behind. She took out her socks and shoes before grabbing the mop to help him. Emilia told me about you and she was right. You're a strange person, but special person with a kind heart. She told you about me. The blonde surprised. I wasn't trying to be close with her. We're just a friend. I see, she said. Naruto-kun, what do you want to talk about? If you're concerned about my hair, I don't mind. I don't comb my hair very much. Mostly, I wash my hair when I take a shower. He said, I shall do if you wish. Rem accepted as she bowed and started to look at Naruto. She has something to ask him about yesterday and wanted to ask him how he knows she was upset. Her big sister doesn't know that because she didn't tell her. Yesterday, Naruto was different person when he helped her and talked with her. There's nothing wrong, but Ram warned her to be careful of him. His mana hurt Beatrice and he has a witch miasma. However, she had to admit that he wasn't Aspire the witch. Naruto didn't do any suspicious moves. He trained at the yard and helped her work. Naruto. She said. What's up? Naruto asked. About yesterday, how did you know I was upset? Your emotion. He answered as he breathed out and prepared to tell her truth about yesterday. I found upset emotion from you, but deep inside of you, I found your anger. So anger. Rem was shocked from his answers and got hit right in her heart. This guess, how did he know about this? Pretty sure nobody told him about her, but she felt like someone told him already. Her big sister wouldn't tell him about their past because they protect each other. Naruto probably don't know about her race, but a word angry made her think that he knows about her. She stared at his blue eyes. They're same just like the yesterday and were filled with emotions, sadness, and pain. It was a strange feeling to get it from him because he seemed like he has been through those emotions before. Naruto-kun, how do you know that I was angry? She asked. I don't know, but, Naruto said as he stared at her eyes. He can feel their anger. Your eyes. I noticed they are glaring at me. They're not too happy to me because they want me to leave the mansion. What? She shocked as she stopped her work. He told out that she was angry because she doesn't want him to stay here too long. What are you talking about, Naruto-kun? Deep inside of you, remember. Your eyes are angry because I reminded you of someone else. He said. And no, I wasn't angry at you. She said as she tried to say something good to him, but she realized why she does that.
What have you done?
Why is she worried about him? She doesn't like him with a witch scent, but she changed her subject so sudden. She had a flashback about her villager getting destroyed by witch cult. They murdered everyone and the children. They tortured the children. Cruel, evil, disgusting. Her big sister, Ram, protected her from witch cult, but she cried when she saw Ram gets hurt. She got so angry and hated them so much for what they did to her in their village. Rem can't forgive them for hurting her sister. That's why she hates the person with witch scent because she protected her sister. Naruto-kun, forgive me for being. Naruto shook his head with a gesture hand as he finished his works and smiled at her. You don't have to say anything to me, Rem. I know what you tried to say, but I'm the one who should forgive you. I understand your emotion. Trust me, I know someone. He said as he got up from the bath and grabbed his shoes with socks. He looked back to her for a second and left the room. After he left the room, everything is so quiet. Rem was silent after Naruto left the room. She doesn't know what to say to him. He wasn't angry and disappointed. He was so calm and understandable. Was she wrong about him? Naruto. Amelia thought as she stared at her hand that she held his hand from the last night. His feeling, it has everything. Truthfully, she loves that kind of those feelings from him. Naruto is different and not like the other humans. He's very kind and heartwarming person, but there was something else about him. His eyes, she noticed them that they were staring at her eyes. His eyes were filled with pain and suffering. He must have been through those hurt feelings before. Huh, she said as the cat flew in front of her face. Yes, he asked. What do you think of him? Give me honest answers. Well, Beatrice and I made thought about him. She sensed the witch's miasma around him. Yes, I believe her, but we're not sure. He said. Not sure. Yeah, we're not sure if he's one of the witches because he's a shinobi. He doesn't use a magic like them. No way. Upset as he turned to the window and watched Naruto training at the yard. I believe he's not of them because he saved your life. You and Naruto are really close friends. Amelia said with a smile. Yep, you and him, too. You two have a good friendship. He said with a thumb up. He's very good person and respectful. That's what I like about him. The reasons why he likes about Naruto because he has a good heart and sweet person. Naruto doesn't seem to be care about her being a half-elf after she revealed herself. Then, he became a friend with her. Leah doesn't have any friends from her past because her appearance looks like Satella, the Witch of Envy. Humans don't like her because her appearance. However, Leah has finally made her first friend with Naruto. She likes his personality. He's funny, crazy, and awesome. He has a good heart inside of him. Also, the boy understands Leah feeling, which it got him very surprised. Puck watched those two talking and laughing at each other. It was very nice to see Leah's happy life with Naruto. What about you, Leah? What do you think of him? Puck asked as he looked at her. Emilia smiled as she placed her hands on the chest and felt the heartbeat. Naruto is very gentle person. He gave me courage not to give up my dream and push forward when he saw me I was depressed. He's not like the other humans. He showed his kindness to me after I revealed him of my appearance. His feeling, it has everything. Yes, Naruto has everything with emotions. Leah, I trust Naruto. Puck said. Really? Emilia surprised as she looked at him. Yeah, I can trust him. You can trust him, too. Puck nodded as he looked at Naruto. Maybe, he can change your life. Did you say something? The half-elf asked as she didn't catch him what he is saying. Nothing. If Naruto stays longer and hangs out with Leah, he could probably change her life. A happy life that Puck wants. Honestly, he would choose Naruto over Rosewall for protecting Leah because he can change her life. He can do better job than Rosewall. Naruto sat on the grass, enjoying the nice weather with a cool breeze touched his face and his hair. It has been 3 days since he stuck in this world and stayed at the mansion. He was wondered how things are going in his village after he got teleported. There was nothing that he can do here. He trained himself and helped the maiden. Works, but today is the same like yesterday. Everything that he did is the same things like yesterday. He wants to leave the world, but it's not the right way to leave here. Abandoning his friends behind, it isn't his type. Naruto too. Naruto heard Rem's voice as he turned around to see her. Rem, I'm surprised you were looking for me. He said. Yes, I did. The blue-haired maiden said as she looked around the yard where he is. Is this where you betrayed me? That's right, Rem. Naruto nodded. This is rare because Rem usually works at the mansion by herself or with her sister. Right now, she came outside to look for him. Hopefully, this isn't about chatting in the bathroom. It was probably his fault for telling her that she has angry emotions in her mind. Naruto-kun, Rem said softly as she took a blue comb from her pocket. You would be mind if I could comb your hair. Naruto blinked his eyes for a second, but he did tell her in the bathroom. Sure, you can, he said with a smile as he turned away and removed his headband. Rem walked towards Naruto from his back and lied down on her knees. She placed her hand on his spiky hair and stroked it gently. Feeling his hair, she was amazed at how soft it was. Maybe, she was wrong about his hair because she thought his hair would be messy. Comparing his hair to Ram's hair, her hair was soft, but his hair is softer than hers. It felt nice and soft from his hair. She can't even complain about it. Your hair is soft, she admitted. Really? I didn't know my hair can be soft. Naruto said with a smile, not looking at Rem while she's combing his hair. When he felt her hands in his hair, they are soft and nice. Ram was right about her combing skill. You're pretty good at combing. Thank you, Naruto-kun. So, you came outside to look for me and comb my hair. Was there another reason why you wanted to see me? He asked. Yes, Rem nodded as she remembered when he told her that she was angry at him. She hated a person with witch scent because they killed her family and village. I want to say I'm sorry what I treated you like I don't trust you. Ah, it's okay, Rem. I guess you must have a bad past, so no need to apologize to me. I understand, he said. The blue-haired maiden looked at him with shocking eyes as she stopped combing his hair. His eyes, his face, they're so calm and he understands her. Naruto is a strange person, but he's a good person when she realized that he's not forcing her to tell him about her story. She never told him that. Naruto, do you hate demons? Rem asked. No, I don't hate them because you don't know what they do. They're innocent demons because they were being used. Only the fools with mindless and greed that want to control them.
Thank you.
Naruto remembered Kurama that he got used by Madara and Obita. I felt bad about them because of their hatred. They hate humans because they don't like being used. They don't like when people don't care if they have names. What will you do when you approach demons with hatred? She asked curiously. Then, I'm going to come after all that hate inside them as well someday. I want to be friends with demons. He said with a smile before he saw Rem's face smiling. Her smile is kinda cute and warm. This is his first time to see emotionless Rem with a bright smile. Rem, you're smiling. Naruto asked. Rem placed her hands on the chest with a smile. This feeling is warm from him. Thank you, Naruto-kun. She said softly. I didn't do anything. You did, Naruto-kun, she said with a smile as she reached her hands to stroke his hair again. She wanted to feel it again. Your hair is so soft and warm. When I combed my sister Ram's hair, it's soft. But, your hair is nicer and softer than my sister's hair. Really? Do I? Yes, Naruto-kun. She smiled as she continued to comb his hair and ran through with her fingers. Truthfully, this is her best day ever combing Naruto's hair because how it felt. Rem is almost for combing his hair, so she crawled around him and switched in front of him. She continued to comb his hair in front of him until she realized she is too close to him. Her eyes are looking at his eyes. His azure eyes are pure and beautiful. They were filled with emotions. Her body was frozen and stopped combing his hair. What is this feeling? Why do his eyes look like mine? She thought. Rem, Naruto asked with a blush. His voice snapped her mind out off as she realized she's too close to him. Sorry, she said as she backed away from him and finished combing his hair. So, I'm finished, he asked. Yes, Naruto-kun. Rem bowed as she started to leave him, but she turned around to look at him again. Naruto, what's up? Can I comb your hair again? Sure, of course, Rem TT Abaya. Thank you for combing my hair. Rem smiled at him as she bowed him and left him in the yard. Maybe, she is wrong about him because he's very nice person in his hair. It'll be a good idea to report Rosewall that Naruto isn't a spy. Naruto sat down on the chair, reading his favorite book called The Tale of a Gutsy Ninja. It's written by his teacher Jiraiya who has died in the battle. Sure, Jiraiya may be a pervert guy and wrote pervert books, but not exactly what Naruto thinks of him. His teacher made his first book and supposedly about him before he was born. It inspires him never give up and vows to break the curse, which represents the cycles of war, conflict, and hatred that occupies the ninja world. The boy never forgets his sensei's book because it's the best book ever in his life. He smiled at the book and never forgets him because he's the godfather and great teacher. The greatest shinobi in the ninja world. Alright, Naruto finished as he closed the book and put it on the desk. He checked outside to see how late he was because he has been reading the book a whole time. It's very late and everyone is sleeping already. He needs to go sleep now before tomorrow, but there's something that he wants to check first before going to his bed. Since he's still wearing his clothes, it's a good chance to check everything. Make sure if no one comes to the mansion. Kurama said. I know that, Kurama. Naruto remembered Elsa who attacked Emilia from a few days ago. Even he defeated her, but he still needs to make sure everything will be alright. He's already out of his room and walked in the hallway. He looked outside through the window to see any intruders were outside. No intruders, so that's good to hear and the mansion is safe. By the way, the sky is beautiful as he looked it up at the moon and stars. Naruto thought about his village and how peaceful it was. The few minutes passed as Naruto glanced to the right when he heard a footstep in his direction. It's too dark for him to see it, but he sensed the aura and recognized. Before he was going to ask, but he dodged when he saw the wind blade fires him. That wind blade is very sharp and dangerous because the wall got sliced into a half. It can cut through wood or maybe the stone. Naruto clenched his fists and glared at the enemy who used wind magic to him. Why are you doing this to me, Ram? He wondered as the pink-haired maiden came out from the shadow. If someone seems suspicious, punish them. This is the rule of maids. Ram answered. What are you talking about? Does Rem know? I intend to finish this before my sister sees anything. She said as she gave him a death stare. Your mana hurt Beatrice. It was an accident. Beatrice already forgave me. Naruto said as he stepped back from her. He didn't want to fight her. Look, I didn't do anything wrong, Ram. So, why are you attacking me for? Because you have witch miasma. Rem hates witch cult in her life. Ram said as her fists are tight with anger. A witch? Me? But, I never do anything to your sister. Naruto stopped as he dodged another wind blade from Ram's magic. Damn, this girl is going to kill him without telling Rem or Emilia. This is bad for him. The blonde shinobi cannot fight Ram because she's Rem's sister. He can overpower her, but he still doesn't want to hurt her and Rem's feelings. Also, he can't use the Rasengan in here because it'll blow up in the mansion and causes damage. All he can do is summoning the clones to fight with him. His best option is to defeat her without killing her or hurting her. He clenched his teeth as he unsheathed the kunai and had no choice to fight her. So, she used the wind magic that shot wind blades. That shouldn't be a problem for him. Naruto charged toward her while dodging the wind blades. He jumped on the walls to windows and dashed forward to her. He pinned Ram on the ground from her back and clasped her arm. "Let go of me," the pink-haired girl yelled. "Calm down, Ram. I don't wanna hurt you," Naruto said. El Fula. Ram said as she unleashed an extreme blast of magical wind and both of them blew away from each other. Naruto managed to recover from the blast as he slid on the ground in his feet. Damn, this girl didn't listen to him what he tried to say. "Look, I'm not what you think I am. Rem already accepted me as a trusted person," he said. But, Ram didn't listen as she continued to shoot the wind slashes at him. The shinobi had to dodge them as he rolled over to the wall and used that to cover himself from the wind slashes. A witch. She called him a witch because he smells like a witch. That makes sense. He knew that could happen because Rem and Ram have a terrible past about witch cult. But, since when did he get that witch smells? "Ram, I'm not with the witch cult. You have to understand that," he said. "Shut up," Ram yelled as she kept shooting wind slashes at him. Naruto is still stayed by the wall, but he found something by sensing it. Her aura. Her mana. It's getting low. Ram is losing her mana because she used wind magic too much or used the other magic. There was a condition if she uses too much magic, she's going to die. "Ram, that's enough. If you use too magic, you'll die from that," he said as he charged and stopped Ram before she's going to use too much magic. He grabbed her arms and pinned her on the ground again. He then used the paralysis technique to Ram, which he'll have to thanks old Fredbeers from his world. That should stop her body from using too magic or else she'll die. That'll make Rem sad when she finds out this, but things are alright. "I used paralysis to you, Ram. You won't able to move anything in using magic," Naruto said sadly as the pink-haired girl scowled him. "I'm sorry I had to do this you." Well, look what we have here." Naruto's head went up and looked at Rosewall, who spoke to him. "Rosewall, is this your plan?" he asked. "Well, I would say yes because Rem and Ram explained to me that your mana hurt Beatrice," Rosewall said. "It was an accident, Rosewall. I didn't mean to hurt her," Naruto said as he gripped his kunai. "Are we going to do this?" "I'm afraid so," he said with a dangerous tone as he prepared with magic. "Naruto, is that you? That familiar voice, it's Emilia. She must have waked up from the loud fight." Emilia. Naruto thought as he sensed her aura coming from the right, but he looked at Rosewall starting to point his arm at the right where Emilia was. "That pose. You wouldn't." Rosewall showed his evil grin and doesn't care if he shoots at Emilia. Now, he started to shoot at Emilia with an ice spear. "Not if I can help," Naruto said as he dashed into a yellow flash speed to save Emilia before Ice Spear reaches her. Fortunately, his speed is faster than the speed of Ice Spear. He can save her life in no time. But, something is wrong with him just now. Everything is starting to get dark in his eyesight. The sound is too quiet, so nobody hears it except him. He heard something. What is this feeling? Did Rosewall do something? No, it wasn't him. Someone else is using dark magic to him, but who? His body can barely move, but his speed is too slow. He looked at the ice spear and almost reached Emilia. This is bad, really bad. The dark magic is slowing his speed down. Naruto ran after Emilia as possible as he can to save her. He forced his body to run faster before the ice spear kills her. He won't save her life on time, but there's a risk that he had to. He finally got in front of Emilia and shielded her from the ice spear. There's no other way to save her and himself, but using his body can do for her. Then, the strange dark magic is gone and Naruto got. Are you okay? Naruto asked softly with a dying tone as he started to drop blood from his mouth. Emilia stared with horror expression at him. He's in front of him and shields her from the ice spear, but it stabbed him right in the heart. Naruto. She cried with tears as she grabbed his body before he was going to drop, but he stood on the ground. Impossible. How could he stand? Rosewall shocked. He can't believe that boy still gets up and didn't even drop. The ice spear is already pierced in his heart, but how? Those eyes on Naruto's face, they're angry and fury. His azure eyes scared Rosewall from him. Impossible. Give up. You'll never make me, Naruto said as he opened his hand and formed massive Rasengan in an instant. Then, he vanished into yellow flash speed and got in front of that clown. Give UUUP. After the fight has ended, Naruto and Emilia escaped from the mansion as far away as they can. Without his heart, he managed to take Emilia and ran away by using his yellow flash speed. They're pretty far away from the mansion, but they won't make it to capital because he stopped and dropped down. Rosewall was defeated by Naruto with his massive Rasengan to destroy him. The mansion is messed because he destroyed it. The two maidens, they are fine, but he doesn't want to talk about them. It's hard to explain. Emilia, Naruto said softly as his head is rested on her lap. He saw her tearful eyes with fear and pain while she's trying to heal his body. Well, Kurama can't save his life because he won't able to heal his destroyed heart. There is no way he can do that. He might just have to let him die in this world. Even the other Bijus can't help like that. It's too late to heal him. Don't talk. This is a serious wound. The silver-haired girl said as she placed her hands on his heart to heal, but it's impossible for her to handle it. His heart is completely destroyed and gone because Rosewall's ice spear stabbed his heart and Naruto saved her life. No, she can't give up yet. There has to be another way to heal him. She tried to heal him harder and harder with everything she got. It's still night because she can't summon Puck at this time. If Puck was here, he can probably heal Naruto. It's okay. The silver-haired girl shook her head and continued to heal him. I told you to stop talking. Please don't give up on me, Naruto, she said, trying not to get panicked or scared. But, her magic isn't healing him. No, and no. This cannot be. There's no way that Emilia can heal her friend, Naruto with his missing heart. It's already gone. They're in the half-path to capital, but she's afraid that he won't make there by walking or running. Emilia, you have to let it go, Naruto said with a smile as his hand is taken and grasped by Emilia's hand. Her hand is soft and warm, so he held her hand back. His hand felt good from her hand because it warms his cold out. He can feel her tears drop on his face while she's looking at him. Naruto, I'm so sorry for this happens to you. I'm so sorry that they gave you a bad treatment and attacked you because they said you have a witch miasma, she sobbed. The blonde shinobi shook his head slowly and still smiled at her. It's okay, he said as the girl shook her head and disagreed with him. Don't say okay to me. It's not okay. I don't understand why Rosewall did this to you. You didn't do anything bad. You were a good person and a good friend who wouldn't do anything bad. Emilia cried as she reached her hand for his face and wiped out the blood. Well, it's hard to explain. Some people can't trust a stranger. In the house, you know, Naruto said as he held her other hand. Maybe it was because I had a witch miasma, not lying, they were right. Don't say that to yourself. They were wrong about you. You might have a witch miasma to them, but to me that you're a good person with a heart. You know, your beautiful voice and your words make me feel better. Well, my heart is destroyed, Naruto chuckled slowly. Emilia cannot believe this man is still smiling at her. He doesn't show his anger, depression, and disappointment after what they did to him. She felt so guilty and ashamed that she was responsible for all of this. Naruto saved her life from Rosewall's magic because he made him go save her, so he can kill him. It should have been her at that scene, otherwise Naruto wouldn't have been alive, but he saved her after all of this. She doesn't know why he should save himself instead of saving her life. If I wasn't there and smart, he wouldn't have died, but why? Why did you save me? She sobbed. Her crying stopped as the warm hand hold on her cheek. She opened her watery eyes and looked at the Naruto in shock. He wore a bloody smile to her like nothing happens to him. In the village, my teacher told me, those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their friends, are worse than scum, he said as he used his thumb to wipe her tears. Besides, I'm glad that you're okay. Emilia's eyes widened in shock and looked at him. He sacrificed his life for her because she's his friend and he doesn't want to abandon her. This boy is so, she doesn't know what to say to him after that. She doesn't know how to describe him because he's perfect with everything. She remembered that he inspired her not to give up her dream, and she did it. She did everything what he told her to understand the history and war. She didn't give up because of his speech motivated her to move forward until she finds the answer. Naruto, I haven't done anything to you, I've never been able to, you always save me. I never could do anything for you, I wish I can help you, and repay back to you, Emilia said. It's alright, it's alright, Naruto said softly as his voice is getting low and his eyes are closing that made Emilia look at him panicking. Naruto, please don't die. I need you. Please don't. Please don't. She cried as she lowered her forehead to his. Her tears kept flowing no matter what she tried to stop. Emilia, please, don't cry. He comforted as he wiped her tears again, but his arm was dropped on the ground. However, Emilia saw it as she caught his arm and put on his chest gently. Naruto, Emilia said as her head moved up a bit and lowered down for his lips. She captured his lips into the kiss. His lip is warm and soft, but it turned into cold in the seconds. I love you. Wow, I'm surprised. Then, I love, Naruto breathed out as he closed his eyes and rested his body. His hand has finally let go of Emilia's hand that made her look at him. Naruto, Naruto. Emilia repeated as she kept her forehead to his, hoping to hear his last words. But, it's too late for her to hear his voice and he's dead. Naruto opened his eyes in shock when he heard her screaming his name. He got up from the bed and looked around the room. This room, he's still in the mansion and the time is morning. He placed his hand on the chest and felt the heartbeat. His heart is back. He seemed alright. What the fuck, thank for listening. Do hope you enjoy. If you guys enjoyed, if you want the next part of this video, like, subscribe and comment down below and turn on the bell notifications and also check out the other videos that have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.